Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Suited and Booted. I am your host, Gurang, but we're doing things a bit different today. To my left.
I'm in Lord's Bush. Pause. Number 10.
The 10 is in the bush. To my right. CFO is in Jake's bush. Noor, whose bush are you in?
Jake's a bit better.
Noor Bodich, bro.
Noor Bushich.
George Bush.
Yeah, George Bush.
George Bushlington.
Shout out. Oh, no, actually, not shout out.
No, please do.
Yeah, no, he's actually an idiot. Yeah. Guys, before we get into things, I'm going to ask again. Hit that 5 stars on Spotify. Hit that subscribe on YouTube. Go follow Bootin' About because we're flying over there. Right? Not to talk about George Bush, but we're flying over there.
What?
That is a very good setup.
So make sure you follow Bootin' About because that's where you're just
gone up.
Yeah, we've gone up.
845.
Man,
845.
the Kit Man's been real happy with the growth.
We need the K.
Kit Man, the old, fucking
The old fella, he's
fucking
just,
bastard.
he's in every corner, every room I walk in. I just see the Kit Man like trying to listen to
Yeah,
what we're
he's
trying
a bit-
to say and shit.
He's not all there, but he's a nice guy. So make sure you do that. Guys, another public service announcement. Yes, we dropped our own sandwich with Co & Co.
Oh, shit.
It's doing quite well on the socials. We're all apparently actors now. So thank you to Co & Co and everyone involved, our extras, Dutch and George.
Yeah. Shout
the
out,
boys.
Dutch. And Lola.
And Lola, shout out Lola as well. So
Shout out Springvale White Eagles.
shout out the Dunav stand at Springvale White Eagles.
Special stadium, bro.
So we've got the steak sandwich with chimichurri with fries.
Do you remember the other thing that, like, there's a butter in it and the way they said the butter?
Clarified butter or something?
I
like
don't know,
that?
but it made it sound extra
Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah, it wasn't Nuttalex.
No, not in your sandwich.
Yeah, there was no nut in my licks.
I gotta find
And
this.
yeah, I think it was clarified butter, Jake. I know what you're talking about though. It's some fancy butter. What is it?
Yeah, wait, let me get it up now. Here is it.
Bush butter.
It's an unbelievable sandwich, by the way.
Unbelievable. Yeah, well, yeah.
I had some.
Well, it was cold on set for about 4 hours and Gavin decided to eat the whole thing.
And I'm still here.
And you're still here.
I didn't
so,
shit myself the next day.
yeah, there was flies and all types
Oh,
of
yeah.
animals. flying over.
Wagyu steak,
Yes.
Fritz, cultured butter.
Cultured, not
and
clarified.
chimichurri. Dude, that actually makes you salivate just
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Wagyu as well. I didn't know it was Wagyu.
Wagyu, bro. We're going Wagyu. I didn't even know.
All right, get
He's
ready.
left out the Y though, so it's WAGU. So this could be like
Oh, that's the Korean
a
version.
Timu,
Wagyu.
a Timu version of Wagyu.
Wagyu. So really, they're 5-minute steaks from Coles. Nah, it's not. Trust me, it's proper. So
When's that coming?
I was going to say, so just 2 bits of information regarding that. The first one is if you are around the city or surrounding suburbs of Port Melbourne, I believe, Co & Co Cafe, it will be available for 1 day only, which is this coming Thursday. We will be there. So if you want to come in and try this limited edition extravaganza of a sandwich, make sure you get down to Co &
So
Co.
we've got it, 18 Fennel Street.
Oh, nice,
Melbourne,
Gav. I was
Victoria.
just looking that up.
18 Fennel Street,
Port Melbourne.
Port Melbourne. And then the big bonanza on the weekend at Sandringham Soccer Club. We are selling the sandwich at Sandringham. Co & Co are taking over the canteen. The sandwich will be available. Huge clash against Hampton Park. We'll be there, obviously.
Yeah.
So come down and get a sandwich and come kick it with us. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys some info on the
Do you reckon
sandwich.
people will come like chill on Thursday?
I reckon.
Hopefully.
Because like we're going to be there serving it.
Yeah, come on
Are we
down, man.
behind?
I think we should be
Jake
behind.
will
I
be.
think we should definitely be like trying to assist making the sandwich without impacting the situation.
Jerome, go get the Wagyu cow.
The whole cow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the cow out.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that's that. Boys, before I get into the topics, how's everyone doing, Gav?
It's been good. I'm on holidays.
Yes.
Wait,
I'm
Gav's
zen.
new segment's taken off.
Yes.
Come on, bro.
I'm taking over the commentary
You are.
of the NPL.
Who
where,
would have thought you'd be a natural banterist?
Yeah, I'm supporting the local league.
You know why Gav can do it? He can talk shit about him because he knows them all.
Yeah.
Whereas if I was to get on there, they'd be like, what the fuck? Jerome's never played professional all his life. What the fuck is he talking? But Gav can do it.
The one thing I'm going to say is the NPL this year, it's very nice because I'm watching as a fan.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
I'm not in the league.
Yeah.
So it feels good just to watch the boys' success. But we are gonna butcher some players too.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, you are.
Oh, wow. You're going to butcher players?
Yeah, if there's a red card, if there's some cheeky back chat or whatever we find
that's
out.
not butchering. That's just hard. Yeah,
part of the game.
But what did he say? Marcus Schoen, 200 games, 3 ACLs, champion.
The man, the myth.
What the fuck?
Nah, my favourite was the Delano. He said, give me my clippers. I want a short fade. Play the ball.
that was good.
Yeah.
Then he asked us if he could call a player ginger or not. And I said, I think you can.
Yeah, I always suss
Well,
about that.
it worked.
Yeah, I think you can.
It had a lot of
You
likes.
can't call him a ranger.
He's a ringer, sir.
Yeah, no.
Do you know where it comes from?
Ranger?
Orangutan.
Yeah.
But are you?
I'm being so serious.
Yeah, it does.
Because they got a red backside.
Yeah.
Ginger's like, he's a ginger. That's cute.
But that's the thing. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to call them gingers.
Yeah, like angry ginger.
What else are there?
What is
I
your
didn't touch
natural
my
hair color?
balls like they do in Argentina.
Yeah, you've told this
Sorry?
one. Yeah. You touch your left nut when you
Touch
see
your left
a
nut,
red-
and if you're a girl, you touch your left tit if you see a ginger because they're bad luck. But I didn't put that in there.
Yeah, he didn't put that. He's Aussie. You're Sri Lankan.
But you put it in here. What is your natural hair color?
Oh, it's like
Brunette.
light brown.
Nah, I'm not a ranger.
No, you don't have you don't ticker on ginger.
Bro, you know who's weird? There's like this subgroup of lebos that are rangers.
Oh, we've got them in Iraq as well.
Oh, you got them in Iraq?
Yeah.
Really?
Like why?
Unwanted. I mean, different. Very
That was
different.
Noor. Guys, also,
Well,
I'm
yeah.
wearing my Mudryk jersey. I don't wear football jerseys at all. But I'm wearing my Mudryk backwards because free Mudryk.
They needed him last night.
And we need him everywhere.
Why has he been suspended for 4 years?
Performance enhancing drugs.
Wait, sorry.
That seems pretty fair, Jerome.
hey, don't free him. Lock him
And
up.
he got
Nah, he was unknowing. He didn't know.
right.
He didn't know, man.
So was it like the sinner, like the massage?
I believe
tennis player?
it could have been. I actually don't know, but he's just disappeared. He's off social media. The club hasn't said anything about him.
No way.
We need him, man.
Well, Pogba had a similar thing, right? And it got reduced.
Yeah, look, I saw 4 years somewhere, but it probably won't be 4 years. That's fucking a bit excessive.
Fuck.
But yeah, free Mudryk, man. So
That's where Chelsea's at the minute, bro. They're number 10.
Yeah.
Just a 4-year ban.
free him, man.
Fuck.
All he does is eat ramen, watch anime, and play football. Free him up. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Eat ramen.
he loves ramen.
I actually got a tattoo idea off Mudryk.
Oh, which one's that one?
The one that's on his neck. I've got it on my arm.
That says, hold on.
Talent.
Yeah, ain't enough.
Yeah.
Yes.
With a line. Yeah.
Yes.
I got the
Shout out
exact same
man. He also said the N-word once.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Oh,
but he's
fuck.
Ukrainian.
Fuck Mudryk.
Wait. What was Buddy's Ukrainian? What's that? Is that defensive? Or
Well, he can't speak English at the time,
Oh,
so he's just rapping lyrics.
new words to him?
yeah. Anywho, free up Mudryk, man. So before we get into Sandringham, it's funny because we have listeners in WA that don't give a fuck.
Are we going to be doing like game reviews every week of mine and Gav's team? Surely not.
Well, not game reviews, but we'll say what happened.
Maybe Gav's like we could talk about more because you were both there than Sandy.
Yeah, but Jakey,
Oh, okay.
it was a fucking classic
yeah,
game.
it was a fucking El Clasico.
It was an El Clasico.
I actually couldn't. I was supposed to play Saturday, but I worked for Paramount, so my first game's going to be this Saturday. So I was getting text updates, which I was
So you're
relaying
on,
on
Jakey. The boots are back.
back Saturday, bro. 30 minutes. Yeah, damn, bro. 7 years. It's crazy.
You got any nerves?
Not now. That's Monday.
It is state 3.
Yeah. But we're making a comeback video, which that's going to be coming to light, which Jerome...
you or
No, it was Jerome's idea, and I was like, great idea, because I'm like, it has been a while.
Yeah.
But Jerome's passing it on to the social media team, who will
Yeah,
create a masterpiece. But anywho, the texts I was getting, I checked in at halftime. I got a score update. It was 1-1, and we'd missed a pen. Then 5 minutes after halftime, we're 3-1 down. And then literally every 5-10 minutes, it felt like I got a text that we scored, and we ended up winning 5-3. So we came back from 3-1 down and won 5-3.
First win of the season, undefeated. And what did Dutch say? Overhated.
Yeah,
Undefeated, overhated.
Yeah, man, we're nice guys, man. Like,
Most.
what the fuck?
Yeah, most.
Did Luich get on the scoreboard?
I actually don't know if he did. 5 goals, I'm going to just say he did. But
he definitely got a dick shot.
I know 2 people that's...
waiting
one of
for
the
it.
boys scored a double. I know another boy scored 1. Actually, our captain scored a bicycle kick.
What?
He's a
See, this
centre
is
back.
what I'm talking about. Sandy's the best.
You weren't as the centre back.
Yeah, like, it's a bicycle, but like...
was a tricycle.
Even he acknowledged that his foot never left the ground.
It was a clearance.
It was a state 3 bicycle.
You weren't here last week, but we were saying that Luich scores a bunch of goals off his dick.
That was right.
Yeah.
So I put in the chat the other day with the Melbourne boys. This is pretty funny, but we've got this one player who's really good and just runs. You know, quick, everything. And on the GPS, he K'd like 300-400 meters more than everyone sprints.
Yep.
And then I found this video because I was saying, "Cuz you just got to have a flog here and there, you know, just to release the energy, you know, because you're running too much."
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
Where in Argentina, you go, if someone's running too much, you say, "Hey, tiene mucha leche," which means like
much
he's got
milk.
too much milk
Yeah.
inside him, you know.
Argentina's fascinating, bro.
Right? And
Everything
then
is sexual.
I found this reel of this guy talking about you do not let your little head beat your big head.
100%.
Meaning, before a game,
I know what I mean.
don't let the little kid win. Don't let the little head play with the big head. And that's what this guy's doing. He's playing with the big head pre-game. He's not using the little head.
Hold on,
And
so-
he's making runs.
So you're telling him to
You're
stop
telling him
making
to
runs.
not wanking?
Yes.
But you just said he
After the
should
game,
wank.
in Argentina, they want you to not have so much milk so you can calmer, play, jogo bonito, right?
So they want you to...
Yeah, they want
Yes.
you to release the milk.
Yeah.
Right. But you're saying this guy's doing the right thing by not
Why
releasing it?
not? Because he's not letting his little head win.
Well, this is what boxers don't do anything to lose testosterone for like a month out before the fight. A lot.
I wonder if it's a myth, man.
I think a lot.
He's saying the
honestly-
opposite to you.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm saying because he's saying
No,
this
I'm
guy
saying what Noor's
doesn't
saying.
lose anything.
Bro, stop. Everyone stop for
Hold
one
on,
second.
hold on, hold on,
Hold on.
Noor gets me.
Hold on.
Noor gets me.
Are you saying, I'm just going to put it in normal terms, are you saying you should wank before a game or not?
Depends where you are.
He's saying, wait,
No, it doesn't, bro. It's the same
What, so if
thing.
you're Sandringham?
No. Let me give you the context.
What, the milk
If you're
changes in your
Sandringham-
country?
No, he's saying in
He's got almond
Argentina,
milk.
Yeah,
they say
I know.
not to.
I know.
Here, this
Yeah.
guy might be proving them wrong.
Yeah.
Because, and then on this, a lot
still don't
of
get it.
female boxers or UFC fighters will have sex right before the game, or not right before, but like
Yeah.
the day before, because of the additional testosterone.
We need-
Again, maybe a myth.
Yeah, we need facts on this.
Yeah.
We need facts. Pre-game, post-game. What is better for your performance?
Well, Antonio Cassano,
Oh, just off that name alone.
I believe he couldn't play without screwing beforehand.
Partaking in some fun.
Yeah.
Damn,
So,
bro.
Anyway, shout out to that Melbourne player.
Yeah. Okay, good to see you're
Basically,
entrenched in the
what
culture
I'm
of your
saying-
team.
Yes, I am.
You know,
a big
like, the minor
believer.
details now of your teammates.
I need to. I'm in and around it.
Well, we know.
I need to make sure no one's playing with their little heads before the game.
See, and people didn't question whether Gab's a good clubman. Look at the levels he's gone to.
Look at the levels
Fucking
of
way too far, if you
communism.
ask me.
Yeah.
Levels of communism. No pleasure.
No wanks before games.
No wank, no play.
Yeah, wank no equal pay.
Yeah, wank, no pay.
Can we talk about, just quickly, sorry if we're going off track.
Yeah, that's fine.
But the comments on the no training,
Yeah, they all agreed with me.
right?
Which was like, it was your comment. It depends who's
But
missing.
then I feel
I
like...
said if it's a star striker, you're not going to play him.
At the
I
lower
feel
levels,
like-
especially.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But I think people misinterpret it.
Rash is
and we're
communist
talking
as well, by
about-
the way.
Talking about real junior levels. Like, people were getting into juniors, and I was only talking senior football.
Yeah, I thought you were only talking senior
I
football.
was talking senior football.
Junior level, I could understand.
Yeah.
More-
Where some comments are like, my kid plays basketball and rugby. I can't take him to every training. I'm like, relax today. That's okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
fuck you and your kid.
He's developing. Like, you know what I mean? He or
Like,
she's
he's not- if
developing.
he's playing
like,
3 sports, he's not going to make it.
it's all good, bro.
Yeah, but I was talking more. Nah, I'm fucking with you. I was talking more about like anywhere from like state or metro up to like state 2, like, you're going to play your best players, bro. Like, fuck. We just spoke about it outside.
Yeah, like
we
if
won't be
they're
mentioning.
available game day, but they can't make some sessions and they're going to change the game, at that level, you play them.
But Kim Jong Mahazi said that he goes, no, you got to set standards. I go, fair enough. And everyone agreed with me. And I was like, I actually was shocked. I thought everyone was going to say, typical Jerome. Never been around a fucking serious club environment.
Well, what about, let's put that question to you, Gav, at your level, state 1. If your best player misses all week, are you as a teammate comfortable if he's starting?
I'm not comfortable.
Even
really?
Michael Ballack.
Is that
See, I love Michael, but he's the type of man. I'm not gonna talk about him now because he's our fossil. He's our gem. He's our diamond.
Yeah, he
Oh,
is.
yeah,
So I'm not
we can't expose him?
No, we
I
can't.
can't expose him. But we have one player in the team
Who's Michael
that is
Ballack.
Michael Ballack.
Yeah.
Right. He's winning games for us.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine it's actually my
So, all right, to my point then.
So,
if he
he's the
misses,
type of
if he
player-
misses
That's exactly
training,
right.
that's
He's
exactly
the type
right,
of player
Jerome.
that would be okay and accept it because he's just been at that pro level.
Okay, so you've just gone against what you've just said.
No, I was same as Rashid.
Same as Rashid.
So
Rashid
he's the
didn't-
exception.
No, he's not the exception. I'm still with my. With
He's
my
just
first.
saying he'd be okay with it.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm confused.
Gav's saying
He's the type of player
He's the
that
best
wouldn't
player?
get annoyed.
If you he's got
He
to
would
play.
understand it.
He's got but he's got to play. You're saying even if he doesn't train.
No, I'm saying he would be benched if he doesn't.
No,
train all week.
he's saying this player is such quality that he'd accept it.
Yeah, and he would come on for 45 minutes and win the game.
Okay, so you're saying his attitude would be, all good, I'll sit on the bench, I'll do my time. But you've just openly said he's winning us games.
He is, but that's what I'm saying. He would still be benched if I was coach.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
At state 1.
Fair enough,
Yeah,
man.
fair enough. I just want to give a quick shout out to Noble Park Drina.
Yes.
Didn't expect such amazing hospitality. Friday night, I had a few games that I could have went to, but there was a tasty State 2 clash 10 minutes from home. And I had a few mates playing for Drina, had a few mates playing for their opposition Doncaster. So I thought, why not go down? And man, great club. Never been down there before. Drina won 4-0. Was a thumping. They got a nice little team going on down there. Shout out Dennis. Shout out Santi. And the president and the vice president came up to me and said, I just want to introduce myself. We love your show. We love what you're doing. Go in and get some rakia and some food on us. And I said, this is absolutely fantastic. So I went in there and they made me a Serbian snack pack.
Can you talk me through the details of that
I will.
food, that
So
meal?
a Serbian snack pack,
So SSP.
an SSP, right? An SSP was chavapi, chicken, and pork neck, I think, with fries, with a bit of cabbage and onion and a bit of sauce. I had some peppers on the side.
Damn.
Wonderful.
Did
Wonderful.
look good.
It looked amazing,
Gave
didn't
my
it?
friends some free food, right? And then they said, come on, man, you're here. We've seen you do it before. It's rakia time. So I was like, fuck. Shout out Vooks behind the bar.
Shout out
You know
Vooks. I played with Vooks probably in 2006, 2007.
Shout out Vooks.
Wow.
And then shout out the vice president who I was speaking to, Mladen. Good guy. I forgot the president's name, man. I'm so sorry. Also a great guy. But
Probably
yeah,
Dragan or something.
great hospitality. I'll definitely be going down Drina again. And look, a few people have said, come watch my teams and stuff. Guys, I'll be honest with you. You guys have a rough idea of where I live now. I'm close to City. I'm close to Thunder. I'm close to Drina. Okay? Don't dox my house. If it's in sort of this side of the city, I can come. But if you're saying come to West Bubblefuck FC and you guys are playing in
They only play at fucking 11 p.m. at night.
What the heck is West Bubble?
West Bubblefuck is what you say
never
when it's
heard
like,
this. I like it.
in the middle of nowhere.
Hi,
So, yeah.
hi, Jerome. We are West Bubblefuck FC.
Yes.
They only play at 11 p.m. on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Wait,
like-
so are you just opening the door here for open request for your attendance?
yeah, maybe. Like I'll go
That's
down.
what I'm hearing, right?
Yeah,
Hey,
like
if you're in the southeast, bro, and you hit me me up and say, bro, we got a nice little snack pack for you.
Oh,
and a little,
bro.
you will be there.
100%. And I guess I'll tell you another thing. I went to 2 games this weekend. Guess what? Didn't get charged at either.
Oh, you're a tight ass now.
State 2 and State 1.
Oh, but wait, you didn't get charged or they didn't charge?
They didn't charge.
Oh, these points coming back into favour now.
I think he's changed the game.
Well,
I have, because the South Melbourne, you weren't here last week. South Melbourne put out a tweet explaining why they charge and that they're the cheapest minimum price. And I was like, that's got to be because of us. I've never seen a tweet like that before.
because of you.
Well, yeah. Sorry, South.
Yeah.
Went to Drina. Great game. They won 4-0. Shout out Drina. If you want me to come to your club and try out your canteen and have some drinks, I'm down, man.
I'm fucking with your little overviews of those
Yeah,
experiences as well.
You know, it's nothing high production, high quality. It's just me and my iPhone. And
Where can you find that? Booting about, baby.
Booting about.
Get on
Find
Booting
that shit on
About.
Booting
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 About.
about
Jerome.
is actually flying.
It's
Eating
flying.
SSPs.
Can we talk about the analytics on it?
Yeah, going crazy.
Like,
No.
actually?
You know my favorite
It's
thing
on-
about Gav is? He always asks if we can talk about something. Well, just go for it, man. It's
just
your
go for
show.
it.
Bro, it's on like over 300,000
Views.
of the page being visited.
Oh, yeah, like the
Wow.
dashboard.
Oh, right.
Yeah, bro.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's only got 200,000 followers.
No,
2,000.
sorry,
Sorry,
2,000.
2,000.
If it had 200,000.
Nice, that's where we want to get
But
to.
we're getting the views like we have 200,000.
Bro,
That's
yeah, well,
crazy.
yeah, your first clip of commentary went viral.
Yeah.
That's fair to say.
Oh,
right?
it was so fantastic, Gavin.
Yeah.
Guys, we also said this on the story, but if you do have any crazy moments, goals, fights,
Yeah, we just got
arguments,
one sent
red
in.
cards,
Did you really?
Yeah.
give them. We're not gonna guarantee, but if it's crazy, then Gav will do a little.
Well,
Yeah, can I
right now,
just say-
the
can I just
sooner you
say-
send it in, the more of a guarantee you will be.
Yeah,
exactly
the
right.
quality needs to be good of the video.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna send it to me, like the guy just sent it to me, it's got the pause in it. It's got like his Snapchat is coming up on the screen.
just
Like,
cut it.
please. It needs to be clean.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I
Gav.
don't know. I don't want to know who's your who you're sexting at the same time.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
On Snapchat.
Okay.
So, rightio.
Yeah, so send them in. Guys, just make sure it's 720p and above so we can see it.
Yeah.
We don't want any World War II footage. Also, shout out Malvern. We went down there. Sorry for our WA, Queensland, and New South Wales listeners, but this is what we did on the weekend. A lot of people are saying, oh, can you come up to watch games? Man, if we're up there, we'll come watch some shit.
Bro, we will come in a heartbeat. We just need to get there.
Bro, guess who I saw
If
at
we're
Malvern?
there, we're there, bro.
Guess who I saw at Malvern?
Bruno Fonaroli.
Well,
I didn't. I didn't see him.
I saw Bruno.
Oh, who
But I
was
saw
there?
someone more important than Bruno. Daddy fucking Dan Birrell.
Oh, shout out
Can we
Dan.
say
I love
what's
Dan.
going on with the no.
I won't just yet. I don't think it's official.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah, yeah. I think.
Congrats, Dad.
Yeah, congrats, Dan, or whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
But bro, he was talking to me about, because he goes, oh, I was in New South Wales watching the NPL while everyone here was watching 11,000 people at Preston and South. He was telling me that NPL games in Sydney are getting like 40 people.
Damn.
Like, guys, quality-wise, I can't talk about it. But if we're talking about hype, attendances, coverage and all that, Victoria is
Yeah. Like
years
even
ahead.
what Malvern on the weekend was packed.
Packed.
It's packed.
State 1.
Do you know what's going to solve all this debate about who's the second division?
Yeah, the second division.
The the National Championship or whatever it's called.
But I don't know if we can say it, but Dan did say something about that.
In regards to...
The second division.
Yeah, I know, but
And
in
fans.
regards to
The Melbourne teams.
it being majority.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, it's all about money at the end of the day. If you got the money to do it, then... And he... Look, Dan will come on and speak about it, hopefully next week, but he did say that, man, for someone like a Wade Decker, right, Thunder aren't in it, aren't they?
No.
Okay, but if you look at someone like him, he's going to play... Some of these players are playing international football all year through the NPL, then the group stages of the Oz Championship, then they get 2 weeks off, then the NPL starts again. It's a lot of football
I hope
for semi-pro.
Yeah.
That's a good money being
Yeah,
thrown
that's
around.
also going to be more money.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, get down to your local football games. They're fun. And if you see us there, come kick it with us.
I think we're definitely due for like an interstate MPL experience.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I think that's got to be a goal of ours this year. Yeah. Where we go, who knows?
I reckon
We might have to talk with the Arpias.
I reckon we
Check
get down
out
to
my old,
Adelaide, bro.
South Australia?
I reckon we get down to
Bro,
Adelaide.
Produce, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind going down to Perth.
Well,
Going down?
Sorry,
Yeah.
upwards or whatever it is left.
Yeah.
left. Wouldn't mind going left.
Yeah.
Apparently, Gold Coast get like 1,400 a game or something.
Gold Coast?
Nights.
Gold Coast Knights get fought. Bro, we got to go there.
I think that's what Daddy Dan said.
Accidentally just on the beach as well.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah. Oh, actually, no, we can't because Gav will disappear. He'll just go play
we'll be
foot volley.
foot volley business in
Yeah.
Burleigh after 3 hours
Sorry,
of
I
being there.
can't come. I'm in my 9th hour of foot volley.
Yeah.
In my speedo.
Guys lathered in oil as soon as he gets off the
Carotene
plane.
all over me.
I actually don't have pants on. Sorry, Noor, I stole your joke.
That's fine.
I like doing that to
Your
you.
show.
I actually do that to you a lot at fives.
You know what that means? It means I'm the one to fire jokes. You're just loud.
Well, that's exactly right.
Wow. No Bottage. Again,
you,
it's starting.
Bunsen.
It's starting
fuck you, fucking-
early and I like it.
Stupid fucking
Bottage Jirogba beef is big.
Look at him mumble in his mic.
I ran into another Sri Lankan international on the weekend.
Fuck, how many are there?
Shouldn't they be from
Shout
like...
out
Was
Ollie.
he actually Sri Lankan?
Yeah, he's half.
Okay.
Radio.
Shout out Ollie, who plays for Hume. It was nice meeting
So
him
there's
on the
two
weekend.
Sri Lankan
There's two.
internationals in Melbourne.
Yeah. One at Hume, one at Danny Sunder.
I'll be real with you. There's international players all through state league. You got Mitch Cooper. You got apparently there's 2 Team Maurice brothers that play state 5.
Can we just say shout out Coops for doing the Sally
Shout out
after they
Coops.
scored against Melbourne?
Shout out Coops.
Gold Coast captain, man.
Yeah, man. Fucking Bayside was crushing Melbourne in the first half, and then it just turned bad real quick.
Bayside for their first time in State 1.
Yeah.
They're
They looked
looking
all
good.
right. Shout out Mass at Bayside. All right. Few quick topics I want to get through. Guys, I want to defend him. I do. But he makes it harder every week. Good old Ange Postecoglou.
Are you going for your assailant, your sibling, your dad here?
Look, I think we have a visitor. Now, back to Ange.
So random.
My opinion on Ange, before we get into what he said in the media, is that he's already got a hard enough job with the on-field performances and the results. But I feel like most of his issues actually come from what he says in press conferences. Now, granted, I like that he sticks up for himself. I like that he sticks to his guns. I like that he believes in himself more than anyone. And they're all great qualities to have as a manager. You know, you look at Mourinho, you look at Pep, they're all stubborn. They're all the same. All right. But when your team is not performing like they are, the fucking Chelsea did them over again, standard procedure. I just feel like he's creating problems for himself. And I'm okay, he's at Spurs, I hate Spurs, whatever, but I want Ange to do well. I've said this all the time. But when you come out every week and there's quotables, it's like, man, sometimes it's better to just say, yeah, we weren't good enough. Yeah, we'll just go on to next. Sometimes it's better to just be boring and just focus on the team and trying to make them better. But every week he's got to go on a tirade. Am I wrong?
I disagree slightly.
Okay, why do you disagree?
Well, what you're saying's right, but I think it's less his fault. I think they over press conference in the Prem. So, like,
Yeah.
if you get asked, if you have to speak so much more than you wish, you're eventually going to say shit like you don't want to say.
You are, but are you not used
Like,
to it? at
how
this
many
point?
press conferences
actually
have
a
you done
very-
this season,
that's a
bro? Like,
very
let the
fair
guy
point.
cook, and coaches like to be silent, man.
But I don't know, Devil's Avo. They have to. They have to. I'm sure he would love a bit of Avo.
He would love some Avo,
You know,
yes.
just some
From
Aussie.
Melbourne.
I reckon he doesn't need Avo.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't. What's your point?
Wouldn't they have? They must have like set amount they have to do, right?
Bro, well, he's got to do one before and after every game.
You do.
Yeah.
But, to Jerome's point as well, like talking about they weren't good enough, he doesn't necessarily ever own that, does he? Because it's like maybe is that condemning his own style of play? So he's...
Well,
for
I guess
instance.
as a coach, he doesn't want to say that in terms of that way you're putting down your players.
yeah.
Like the again, here, Ange has had more arguments with fans this season than wins.
Okay.
But this go ahead.
I was just gonna say, because you're saying you don't want to put down your coaching style and whatnot, or the players, sorry. But 31 games in, 16 losses, right? It stops being about the players at a certain point. Obviously, when you're dealing with injuries and whatnot, it's a shit show for the coach. But it starts becoming a bit systemic as opposed to individual.
Yeah, see, I would 100% agree with you, but haven't we had the Prem's obviously a different world.
Of course.
But like we know Ange inside out. It's like you kind of just have this maybe ridiculous belief that he's going to get it right, or it's not him.
And also
because he's done it so well everywhere.
Yeah. Also, for this year of the Prem, realistically, it's done, isn't it?
Sort of.
I mean, yeah, they're sitting at 14th right now, nowhere near relegation,
they're
but
just
nowhere
chilling.
near top 10 even.
But that's what I mean. Like
What
are they playing for at this?
I'll put it this way. Everyone's a hypocrite, including myself, and so is every player and every coach. But again, doesn't make it easy on himself when 1 week he's saying, VAR, that's just the way it is, but then what happens with the Chelsea game, he's like, oh, well, it's ruining football, I can't trust VAR. Man, let's get one thing straight. We had a goal ruled out. We would have been 2-0 up, and it was fucking a bee's dick offside. And I don't even think it was offside. If it was semi-automated, it wouldn't have been offside. Moises Caicedo smashes a goal in. We go 2-0 up. Then they equalise. But Pat Matsar studs the shit out of Cucurella or whoever it is, so the goal shouldn't stand. Like, you can't pick and choose when,
I think the Prem has a real problem right now with it's like the reffing is so varied. And I think it's finally going to come to a head where someone goes, okay, there needs to be clear.
Well, there's semi-automated next week, so we're going to see how that goes. But the main point was something he made about his arguments with fans.
This is what I wanted to ask you about, right? Because the phone thing.
The kids,
I've got the clip.
Let's go, baby. This is a fucking great topic.
Just before we play that, there was also another incident where Burvell was being subbed off and the Tottenham fans started booing. He brought on Sarr. Sarr scores this disallowed goal, and then Ange goes like that to his own fans. He said he didn't do it, but there's a video of him doing it.
Yeah, he's fucking really like...
Yeah,
he's questioning himself too much because they're questioning him so much.
Yeah, it's like, you're going to do that, they're gonna get pissed off, right?
Fucking love that, though. He's giving it back.
to his own fans. Have you ever seen your dad flip you off? That's what that is.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly right. So, a lot of Spurs fans are actually saying that they like what he's saying here, but I'll just play it for you guys at home and then we can discuss. This is Ange Postecoglou after the defeat to Chelsea Football Club again.
If somebody says to you, right, Tom, that was a good article last night, but I don't like that point you made, you go, okay, mate, and you might just walk off. If somebody says, hey, Tom, I didn't like that article, what do you think they're trying to achieve? No, hold on a second. No. Reciprocal question. Let me answer it. What I think they're trying to achieve, they're not really interested in an answer to a question. They just want a reaction. They want their...
Sorry, for those listening, Ange is holding up a phone. So he's basically saying there's a difference between asking, a question, but then there's it's a whole other thing when you ask a question with a phone in your face because you're trying to get a reaction. That's what he's saying.
5 minutes of fame, because that's what this gives them. And that's what I was talking about, right? For young people, this is more dangerous than any other weapon in the world as far as I'm concerned.
The phone.
Yeah.
And so if I don't pull up, especially young kids, who put up a phone in my face, then what's stopping them doing that in the schoolyard? What's stopping them doing that in general life and bullying people? Because it's a bullying. But if somebody's holding up a phone, I will react to it because I won't accept it. And I think it was it might have been the Fulham game you're talking about where that happened. There was 2 young boys that were doing it. And I asked them, I don't know if it's shown in the clip, but I asked them, where's your dad? I wanted to talk to their dad. Or where's your mum?
Your kid's got a dad?
Slightly sheepish and embarrassed because it's not criticism I'm reacting to. It's them holding up a phone. Why are you holding up a phone? What are you trying to do? So you can put it on social media and say, look, I got Ange Postecoglou to react.
Just out of curiosity.
That was Bonnie Blue. Look. Look. I get what he's saying, and he did make another point of, it's not about abuse because I've been abused my whole coaching life, which he has. Every coach has. But, again, I've seen instances of him losing his mind with people in the crowd. I don't know if it's actually about the phone. I just maybe someone happens to be filming, but he reacts to the crowd a lot, more than any other manager in the league, I think.
You know what? He's a goer.
He is a goer.
If you're a goer, bro, you're going to buy it.
He's a goer. He's
like,
a goer.
it's just it's in him. If someone says the wrong thing to him, he can't walk off. He's a goer. That's what it is, bro. I think the point on the phones, though, is a pretty good point.
Do you think it's a good cut, like the bullying thing?
Well, it's like pretty much what he's trying to say is kids think they can get away with murder with their phones by filming him and putting it in their face to try and make a mockery of him. And he's trying to like stamp that. He's like pretty much confronting everyone that's doing that, to especially kids, young kids, to let them know like you can't behave like that.
I hate to be that guy, bro, but every footballer and every manager in the world goes through it. And it's like, yes, good on him for pointing it out, but it ain't going to stop anything.
No, I don't disagree. I don't think he was going to change the fucking...
Yeah, it's like I saw the other day one kid at the petrol station.
Oh, no.
Did you see that?
Oh, was it news?
It was like some Prem player. And he was like, hey, can I get a photo? Oh, you lost 2-0 against blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, Curtis Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Oh, fucking try that with Curtis.
Yeah, it's an Everton kid. He's gone for Curtis. I have a photo. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I saw another thing with Tyrone Mings. They've got this whole thing now of trying to get players to sign jerseys just so you can sell them.
Yeah.
And Tyrone said, I'm not signing it.
Yeah, Pep's caught on to that
See,
too.
Pep's one was great because he called out grown men. He's like, get a job. Guys, get a job.
Yeah. You guys don't work?
What are you doing?
You guys don't work? Get a job. You ain't working?
Yeah.
Nobody working? Shut up, Pep.
I remember you.
You're having a fucking psychotic breakdown.
Yeah.
Don't worry about these guys.
So you don't agree with what Ange said?
No, look. I
You agree, you just don't think it's going to do anything.
I agree, but it's like, first of all, I mean, if someone asks you that question, I'd brush it off. I'd just be like, whatever. I know he tries to make points, but like I said, man, there's more.
And I think that even comes
pressing
down like
things to focus on.
he's saying, yes, it comes from bullying, but before the bullying, the message should be the parent of the kid, because obviously the way they've been brought up has made them become like that.
Well, he's saying
You know what I mean?
fans are getting their phone out and saying like Ange is shit,
Trying to
and,
get
fi-
rid of
and
it.
like filming him, waiting for him to do something.
I know. Then tell Ange to coach for Boca Juniors now.
Malvern.
And then what's he going to say? You know what I
Come
mean?
coach Malvern.
Let's get one thing straight. Anyone that puts phones in athletes'
In someone's
faces
face, yeah.
is a fucking loser.
But that's what he's saying, though.
No,
that's what
I
he's
agree with
saying.
him. I agree with him, but you've
It's
just
what
lost
fans
again.
thrive off.
You've just lost again.
Well, they just beat Southampton.
Okay, well, Southampton are going down
Yeah,
already.
but they relegated them last night.
If Southampton don't get one more point, I think it's the lowest points in Prem history.
Yeah.
Right. So
They're on 14 or something.
10.
Goodness.
Yeah, bro. I think it was Derby County had 11. Well, I can't remember, but I agree with it. I agree with it, and it's a great message. But, brother,
Technology's taken over.
yeah, it's like it's inevitable, and you've got to almost have the self-control to not respond to it. Now, I know that's rich coming from me. I respond to every single YouTube comment. But it's a problem. I shouldn't do that. And I just think there's more pressing issues, man. It's a big fucking club, and you're 14th, and every week you're having an argument with officials, media. Like, bro, focus on the football.
I think you get to talk about those pious things of like phones and attitudes of fans
When
and
you're
all
in the
that
top four.
when you're giving results to them.
Like Klopp and Pep did.
Yes.
You know,
so it's like if Klopp would have come out and been like, guys, like, how are we raising our kids to have their phones in people's faces?
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like, fair enough. The city loves you. You've done everything for us.
Yeah.
Blah, blah. Like when you're under Brentford and under Bournemouth and under all these other teams, and you've got one of the best stadiums with this money in the club, it's just not a good
Yeah,
club.
it's just it's a results game, bro.
Yeah, really.
Put your phone in my face when we're first, bro. I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah, literally. And
know what I'm
I
saying?
might give you
And to be fair, well, you can't actually do this because it's illegal.
Go on.
But just fucking smack the phone out of
Hey,
their
bro, that's my that can't be assault, can it? If they've already engaged in the first action,
It
yeah, I
is.
know,
It
but
is.
like,
It's stupid, but
imagine that little rule swing.
Yeah.
Bro,
Like, I didn't touch you. I just fucking punch your
You
phone.
put a phone in my face, I'm actually allowed to like break your arm.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. You should be able to just
Play on.
Yeah.
Guys, we're talking about like 9-year-olds.
Nah, but adults do it too, man.
adults do it
Adults
too.
do it. Adults are the
Adults should
worst.
get 'em. Delete the video now. Doesn't
Yeah,
delete
Because
it.
I've sent it to my friend, and then I show him I recently
Yeah,
deleted
then it's
it.
like going, I'm not going to give our release
But you've
recently
also got to think
deleted.
then, like, you're making one kid delete it and 45,000
Yeah.
other people are
Bad.
filming you make this kid delete it.
I won't say which of my friends, but you guys know who you are. We played a game once, and these 16-year-olds started a fight with us. Not me. I was the coach. And I said, boys, what do we fucking look like fighting kids on the pitch?
I remember this.
And one of my mates goes, you want to talk like a man, you get hit like a man or some shit, right? Now, in a situation where if you're 16 or whatever and you want to arc up, but anyway, back to Ange. Man, people are going to kill me for it, and Ange is an amazing manager, and he's going to do well somewhere else, but this whole Spurs debacle, I know that his whole mantra is to fight till the death, but sometimes you got to cut your losses.
Can I pose a question to you
You're going
both?
to die.
Hey, can you check if they're out of Europe now, huh?
Yeah,
No, they're in Europa
They're
League.
still in Europa
That's
League.
their
Oh,
saving
yes,
grace.
yes.
If
Yeah.
Ange wins
Really?
Europa
Yeah.
League, which there is a chance of,
So-
he's not gonna shut up.
So that's why he hasn't been sacked. But can you just check who their next game? But
Lazio, I think.
I want to just ask you guys a question, providing Europa doesn't go to plan, which, speaking it may not. Does he...
Eintracht Frankfurt.
Oh, they got Frankfurt, who are second in the
Who are a
Bundesliga.
phenomenal team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
but-
lost their best player.
Europe, bro. There's a bit of magic dust in Europe, man.
Oh,
they
bro,
could
Spurs can beat
beat them.
When's
Spurs can win the
when's,
Europa League.
Arsenal playing Real Madrid? That's coming up
This week,
Champions
isn't
League.
it?
Yeah,
This
but
week.
This week.
does Ange get sacked
If they're-
before next season?
No, because
I don't reckon
there's,
either.
7 games left in the Prem. And they've got a chance to win silverware, which Spurs haven't done since 2008.
But like, my
Maybe.
point is, sorry, that if at the end of this season, even if they don't win that, is he their coach next season?
Devil's Avo, all depends on Europa League now.
could.
Yeah, I mean I
do.
think you're probably right.
Could do.
I think if he doesn't win anything, he gets maximum like 6 or halfway through the season next season.
Because if they're still in,
yeah.
it's conference. They're in the Europa Conference, right?
No, Europa.
they're in Europa.
So they can
We're in
technically.
conference.
So yeah, sorry, you are. So they can technically qualify for Champions League.
Yes, they can.
So
They can.
same as Man U, bro.
And I
Man U's got the
believe-
loophole as well.
I believe, this could be wrong, that if an English team gets one more win in the Champions League, it turns into the Premier League having 5 spots. So I'm pretty sure that if some team wins the Europa League, I think the 5th team gets knocked out. I think. I don't know how it
Yeah.
works. Because they're not going to have 6 Premier League teams.
Bro,
Fuck me.
five Prem teams could be in the Champions League.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
quality
they could.
wise, that's
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Easily.
yeah.
But fuck knows if we're going to get there, but we'll see. But yeah, that whole thing on Ange, man, it's like, I just wish he was somewhere else.
I just can't relate to
So
your
toxic.
I can't relate to your Chelsea trauma at all with where Man U sit.
Oh, you guys are fucking disgraceful.
But like, you are so unhappy with where you're at,
What were
and
the
it's like
scores last night? I haven't even looked.
0-0 with City.
0-0 for us as well.
That's
But
it.
do you want me to tell you why, Jake? This is what we've gone from. United have been below average since Fergie left. You had that period through like Mourinho and COVID and shit where
bit
you
of
guys were all right.
revival.
Yeah, like top 4, the
What
game
we lost the
PSG,
Europa Cup final,
all that
Villarreal.
shit, right? But we went from winning the Champions League in 2021, having one of the best managers in world football. He is.
What? No, I'm just that Champions League win was absolute Stephen Bradbury.
Yeah, it was a fluke.
Like how you guys
It
won
was,
that?
but we got it. Like, it is what it is.
Absolute drop of
Tommy-
a trophy by Liverpool.
Man City.
Man City, sorry.
Tommy T, who's now going to take England and win the World Cup next year, bookmark it. Tommy T was one of the best managers we've had at Chelsea. We were 3rd or 4th or whatever it was. These Yanks come in. The best owner in world football gets frozen out.
Bad.
I dropped to my knees that day. I remember where I was. He gets sanctioned.
Pause.
Pause.
No, you know what? I feel like he actually dropped to his knees.
When I was listening to TalkSport and they said breaking news, Thomas Tuchel's been sacked, I fucking lost my mind. Because I just knew. You bring in Graham Potter, dog shit. You bring in Poch, Chelsea fans hate Poch. Recipe for disaster, Dog shit. You bring in Maresca, the Chelsea fans can't stand him now. What's he won? He done nothing. So we're at a point, we've also spent $1 billion. We're at a point now where it's like, no, it should be better.
Yeah.
Like, no, it should be better. I know that we're selfish and we're spoiled, but with what we've spent, with how the owners have cooked the club compared to what Roman was doing.
So it's Maresca? Because your starting 11's baller, man.
Not see
Enzo
it is on paper.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Enzo Fernandez could play for Real Madrid.
Also, I didn't realize he was captain now.
Caicedo could play for Barcelona.
Caicedo's the best.
Cole Palmer could play for Atletico or Barca.
Caicedo is our best player at the moment. He's
good. He's unreal.
He's unreal. It's like a Kante regen. He is unfucking real. The rest of those clowns, maybe bar Palmer, Cucurella, and James, the rest are clowns. They can all interchange.
You know what it is?
Low key, sorry to cut you off, but Caicedo could have been at Liverpool.
He could have. You know what's funny about that?
Could have won more trophies.
What's funny about that is all the Liverpool fans, I'll never fucking forget, they laughed us out of the room because his first couple of games were mid.
Very poor.
I remember.
Now who's laughing? He's better than all. I'll say this. He's better than that all three Liverpool midfielders. He is.
Yeah,
he's he's unreal. But anyway, that's what's going on with the Prem. Liverpool have ran away with it. Arsenal are weird.
Fucking Arsenal.
Yeah, they're just weird. They lost
No
the
striker,
form.
man. They drew with they drew with
Always
Everton.
the same.
Prem was a bit this weekend. You know, I like Crystal Palace.
Palace.
I love Mateta.
Good vibes.
Sensational.
BBC.
By choice.
By choice. Ball by choice.
Yeah.
He scores bangers. He wears weird masks. He tucks his shirt in.
He's a powerful
He's
player.
a Barclaysman.
Yeah, but
Right. Moving on from Mr. Postecoglou. Shout out Reece Bozanovsky of Western United because he said, well, that's exactly right when he scored.
hey, he's going well, man.
Yes,
Bozanovsky.
sir.
He's had a great season and scoring goals, which is a good sign for a good midfielder.
Now, sorry, guys, we're running through a bunch of topics here. And for those who say, stay on topic, well, there's too many. Okay? So just shut up.
Surely people know by now.
Yeah, you know the vibes, bro.
Man, there's too much mobility in this room to stay on one thing. We bounce around walls, bro.
Right. So, I reckon we haven't received this many messages about one particular topic
Are you serious?
this whole year. Fuck. Right?
What's a guesstimate of how many are there?
Oh, bro, I can't even... Like, we put up a story and the amount of responses we got to it. Look, I'm going to be real with you guys. This topic is low-hanging fruit, but it's just... Let's call a spade a spade.
Hanging fruit.
Yeah.
What's that? Saggy balls.
Yeah, saggy balls. No, low-hanging fruit is like... It's an easy topic. It's an easy...
Cherry picker.
It's cherry picking. It's easy. It's low-hanging fruit. But let's call a spade, man. It is what it is. 2 men smuggled loaded guns into Carlton versus Collingwood at the MCG. Now, from what I've been told, it was these 2 guys were causing disturbances in the crowd or whatever, and then the police had come or whatever, and they'd been searched, and they have had guns on them.
Loaded,
apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently loaded, yes.
Insane.
There's only one thing you're going to do with that.
Police allege the weapons were found after a search by officers at the ground as a crowd of 82,000 watched the Magpies defeat arch rivals on Thursday night.
Massive game too.
The MCC executive Stuart Fox said security screening units which use AI had identified items of concern and further investigation was required, but there had been a breakdown in the thoroughness of the secondary and manual screening process. As a result, we'll be increasing the extensiveness of the secondary manual security process, which, I don't know if you guys saw, Brisbane versus Tigers on the weekend, there was lines wrapping around the MCG because they checked fucking everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is going to screw up the entry process, right? Fox described the incident as disappointing and upsetting. Yeah, no shit.
It's a bit more than that.
Yeah.
What, lucky
It's a
nothing.
bit scary.
actually-
I'll
Wait,
say
so what was the...
the motive.
Apparently they were on bail.
Well, you'd probably Assume so. If they have,
That's
yeah.
even worse. Like, how are they even getting tickets to games,
Bro, 21.
while being on bail?
21 years old.
21 years old, taking a loaded gun to the footy.
21 and 27.
Like, what was the...
Look,
It's like an act of terror?
yeah,
From the what?
What?
From the streets.
Like they're heavies.
Yeah, obviously.
yeah,
but
yeah.
like, still, you can't take a gun.
it's a
to the
weird.
Of course you can.
It's a weird place to take a gun. I'm going to be real.
I feel like they're almost like they're just so used to carrying them around that they probably just didn't even. It's just like everyday.
Do you know why AFL fans are pissed off? Because you can't take a fucking bottle of water into the MCG without it getting checked. And then people have walked in
With loaded
guns.
Well, I couldn't get my Stanley into Western United.
Bro, that's actually got to be the craziest thing to come out of sport in this country this year.
Why I bring it up is, again, this is low-hanging fruit, but it is what it is, man. If that was at the A-League, the league would fold. Would be forced to fold.
Yeah.
If two guns got brought into the A-League, you would not hear the end of it. Now, yes, there is news coverage on this. So if anyone that's going to say, oh, they're covering it, no shit, they're covering it. It's two fucking guns in the FCG. But some of the headlines, security breach, extremely upsetting, huge stuff up. Yeah, it's a fucking stuff up.
Stuff up from the security.
Yeah, huge stuff up as loaded guns rocks AFL.
Well, if their AI screening said that, hey, there's something you guys should check, and they go, nah, I'm not going to check it.
Well, then the pat down didn't work.
Bro, I went to the footy last week. I dodged both of those pat downs.
Yeah, like,
Really?
I didn't have, but I probably had like a jam donut somewhere in my pocket. But
Was your
like,
little head loaded or what?
yeah, it was. But like, you can bypass them, right? But you'd assume there's technology of being able to pick up metals and sharp objects and whatever in people's pockets or pants or whatever the hell they had the guns. But
Far out.
also, there was a massive brawl at the NRL on the weekend.
bro, this was crazy, huh?
Wow.
So, again,
One security guard just telling 10 people, hey, man, just pull back on the power of that punch a bit, yeah?
hey,
Like,
stop.
Probably not.
Yeah,
Probably
like
not
what?
now.
Again, league shutdown for A-League.
Hey, can you stop?
Yeah, like, hey, man, come on, man. I just want to get back to the top of the aisle and just, have a hot dog and chill out. Bro, there was punches being thrown from everywhere.
If anyone's listening that's not, a soccer person in this country, and you are sitting there thinking,
Why?
yeah, first of all, why? Second of all, yes, we know violence and stuff happens at A-League games every now and then, but the point is that it happens everywhere.
It's back page stuff
Yes.
when it happens with us.
Yes. So we had to point that out, and my views on it are, it's pretty self-explanatory, I guess. Don't bring guns into a stadium. But yeah, I think the main thing that I wanted to point out was if that was the A-League or even NPL, it would be world news.
Yeah, like, it should be world news, no?
Imagine people walking into an NBA game with two loaded guns on them.
Oh, bro, Gilbert Arenas. Look what happened with that.
Yeah, that's a true
That's a
story.
bit different. You're the player.
Yeah,
right?
you're a player. Yeah, you wouldn't fucking hear the end of it. It'd be like they'd be locked up, act of terrorism.
So do you think there's been enough reprimands or exposure of those two situations in comparison to what the A-League would have experienced?
Don't get me wrong. Yes, there's been coverage. Every newspaper's spoken about it. Every TV station has spoken about it.
Not about the NRL stuff. Only
Not about the NRL, but the
stuff.
gun one's obviously going to take precedence because they're guns. So, yes, people have spoken about it, but I think a bigger deal is made of less in the A-League. That's the point I want
That's the point we made.
And I know, guys, I know.
We're flying the flag, man.
Yeah.
We're picking anything. But to be fair, it's not picking anything. Yeah. It's literally two guns.
Yeah, it's an AK-47.
Loaded.
And a fucking Desert Eagle.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Fuck, man.
So we had to speak about that because that was just absolutely weird. Just on a bit of a lighter note.
Imagine the security guard. So why'd you get sacked? I missed the pat down with two blokes. What'd they have? Two loaded guns. Where'd you let him in?
Yeah.
Just the MCG.
yeah. It was a local sporting event.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was Collingwood Carlton. Oh, okay.
Well, it's 100,000. Yeah.
Like, is security guards is different to what you guys spoke about with the policemen?
That person, that person never gets rehired for any security company ever again.
Yeah.
Joe, the AI brought up some stuff when I was patting him down, man. I just thought it was a wallet.
I just thought he had a big cock.
It felt strong, it loaded.
Guys, this is a bit self-indulgent, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm getting a lot of offers to play for clubs.
Is that after our
Are
talk?
you gonna expose
Is that
any?
after
I
our
am.
talk? Our talk.
Can I ask, just before you go into this, do these offers feel genuine of like Drogba's ability? Or do these offers feel like, fuck it, let's have Jerome,
Do I have
let's
to
just
start?
have this guy who seems
I'm gonna
funny
have
on
to start
skits and build
negotiating.
the security, Pete the security guard, come down and just play up front.
Based on the level that I'm asked to play, I genuinely think it's ability.
But where have you exposed
Where has your
your
ability been
talents?
shown?
Well, I beat these two in a one-touch
Yeah,
challenge.
but that's like, okay. yeah, this is true, by the way. Which now, that when we do that shit again, I'm taking that so seriously because
No,
I'm
bro,
like,
I think
20,000 people watch this.
I think it's...
Fuck. Didn't think about that when we were doing it. I was just copping stitch-ups from this guy. I'm like,
Jake, I think it's just down to like, oh, he's tall. Probably throw him up top.
No, I think it's down because it's like, fuck, he might attract a bit of an audience.
He's going to crash out when he
There's a
misses.
bit of fanfare.
Well, maybe, but I just want to give a shout out to the club. So I've been asked to play churches. Now, we're actually going to do a segment on churches. I'm going to be real, straight from the jump. I will not survive in churches.
I was about to say, we cannot do the segment
Why?
we cannot do the segment we're gonna do, and then we're gonna after you say I might play churches, because you would not be allowed to play churches after this next segment.
You know what would happen?
So you've already committed the sin.
Bro, I am...
This is
Wait till you hear some of the
I'm
dynamics.
Yannick Sinner.
I'm telling you, this is
You're
Jerome.
Mudryk.
I was
Jerome in
getting
church
massages.
league, gets a yellow for swearing, sees the yellow. Oh, what the fuck? Gets the red.
Yeah. Straight away, I wouldn't play.
It would. Oh, I'd like it. No, we've got to be respectful to people's beliefs. But
Yes.
that would be hilarious content.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it'd be great
How
content.
quick Jerome gets sent off accidentally.
Yeah.
I should negotiate his contract if he plays 90 minutes and doesn't get sent off.
So
Big
is it
money.
only
There's money.
churches leagues that have contacted you?
The church collection thing will be huge if I play 90 minutes.
Yeah, true.
It'll be
but
massive.
like, so is there any clubs outside of that association?
Yeah. So
Are you taking any offer seriously here?
absolutely not.
Oh, what?
I thought you were.
I'll tell you
You
why.
got to go down. You got to play one game somewhere.
First offer I got was, I said it on the pod last week, I think Golden City, who I believe are based in Bendigo, said, hey, Jerome, come and get your revenge on Deniliquin, which is where I threw up and shat myself in the bus.
Let's do it.
Right? So they said, come and play. You can play against them to get your revenge.
I will 100% drive you down there and film that whole thing, because that's usually you to me
do
or
that.
Rashid or Gav when it's like football stuff. I
might do that.
That'd be funny if we do it to you. Bro, let's do it.
I might hit up Golden City.
We'll do a meat pie review down there. Like,
Yeah.
fuck, man. It'd be
Go
nice.
hit up Bendigo. That West Preston,
Fucking hell.
who
Any of
play...
these places want to be any closer?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They play in Metro...
Must be starving for players.
I think they play Metro. I think they play Metro 2, right? Which is my level.
Decent.
My level, yeah. It's the second biggest league because Metro 1, Metro 2. So they said we need Drogba to come play up front, and the payment every week is a souvlaki and a beer. I'll take it.
That's decent.
Yeah, it's decent. Decent
Like,
in this day and age.
just say like, but two souvlakis.
Oh, bro, cost of living's fucked. If I can get a free meal every week,
Yeah, but you one souvlaki's not
it's
going to...
mine, Gavin. It's my
One
mine.
souvlaki's not going to hit the side.
Yeah,
so.
you know what my old man
Definitely
said
not.
to me today? My old man goes, you know the worst thing about when you eat a chavapi? One always falls out. And then everyone's looking at me, I can't pick it off the ground and eat it.
You would.
Yeah.
But then I put that into thought and, bro, always one just drops out.
When you eat them,
There's got to be a technique.
You got
Yeah.
a whole tile on the bottom.
Yeah, pause.
Do you know the
Fucking pause.
Do you know the technique, or do we need like a listener to actually give us the best technique to eat a chev up?
What helps is
So
if-
what is a chavapi? For listeners that don't know. It's like a circumcised sausage.
All right. A chavap is
Isn't it?
you
Isn't
can
that the best?
usually they're a mix. You can get like pork or beef. Usually they're pork, and they are little minced pork They look like little poops.
Aren't they skinless sausages?
Kuftas.
A skinless sausage is like a fucking Frankfurt.
No, these.
They're not sausages, bro. They're not sausages.
I'm pretty sure.
They're not. It's almost like a burger, just a different shape.
Gav, remember what club you grew up playing for, bro?
They're not.
I'm looking
they're
this
not
You played
skinless
for a
sausages.
Serbian club growing up.
They're gonna kill you, bro. They're not skinless sausages.
So what's the correct technique in your eyes?
Well-
Because it comes always in different types of bread I experience as
Yeah,
well.
usually if it comes in like
Excuse me. AI overview.
fuck AI, bro.
I've put in, is cevapi a skinless sausage?
It's not.
Yes, cevapi or cevapi sisi
Cevapi.
are a type of skinless sausage originated from the Balkan region.
bro. If you,
Typically made from a mixture of ground meats like beef, lamb, and pork.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm
Can I-
taking this.
all
I'm
all right,
taking
all right,
this.
we're gonna put up a poll on
So,
Britain about.
please.
Is a cevapi a skinless sausage? Yes or no?
It's a fucking circumcised malacca.
Is it not?
It's not a malacca, but it
not.
is.
Okay, we're gonna get nerdy, but cevapi, root word similar to kebab. So all that region and the extended countries around it on either side, whatever, they do the same kind of thing. It's minced meat that's formed into that shape.
Yeah, it's
a
like
sausage
kofta.
is forced into. Yeah, it's literally. A
It's like kofta.
right? Or kebab.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So it's like it's formed. Sausage is filtered into a casing. This
So-
is not, that doesn't happen here. So
So that's
it's not-
skinless.
to me, it's not. It's formed like by hand. So it's not a sausage.
But what the fuck is a skinless sausage? Think about it.
Think of like a bunning snag. That's forced into like a little.
That's what I'm
sheet.
saying.
Yeah,
Have
but-
you ever seen a
but
sausage
what's-
without
what's
skin?
a skinless sausage?
But cevapi,
Yeah.
he's got a point.
Nah,
Bro,
I'm
I'm right.
It's
All
like
the
eating
Balkans-
steak.
Yeah,
But it's
we
just
need
formed.
a vote on this.
all right, all right.
Because
Every Balkan, get in the comments and say whether you think it's a skinless sausage or not.
This guy's never gonna get free rakia after this.
And
Bro, I'm
it's coming
right.
to me.
I'm
All
right.
all right.
Anyway, hey, can we get to the correct technique so one doesn't fall out?
I believe what helps is if the bread is still conjoined at the back.
Right, so not a full
yes.
half cut.
If it's full cut, then you got the sides, it's coming out. But at the
Yeah.
back, at least you can sort of,
Can I ask another question?
yeah.
How many cevaps should be in the sandwich?
max.
Four,
For one
four.
fallout should not hurt the
they
sandwich.
Smash it.
Four, I'll go four.
4? I agree. 4 is my number.
Four, just like dot, 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 in the like the sort of ciabatta sort of type Turkish sort of roll. I'll go with that. The cevapis I had at Drina were really nice. I think I had.
Did they have
pork
the
neck.
hamburger style? Because my old man's saying at Springvale White Eagles, they've
Yeah, they
I
put
think
the
that's called
that's
a-
where I've had cevapi like that.
I think it's called a pliskavica or something. That's like the hamburger style. Whereas the cevapis or the kebapi, whatever,
It's
again.
so nice, man.
Yeah, they're nice.
Cevapi
They're
It's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Right. How the fuck did we get on that?
Yeah. I was just
Hey,
We're talking
we're
about
talking
guns.
about. Okay, so Golden City is that what it's called?
Yeah, Golden City and then
That-
West Preston.
Wait, Golden. Can you send a message back to Golden City?
Yes, I will.
I'm open to the idea.
Yes. I'm not taking the bus, though.
No, we'll go down.
let's do. You can come because I'm the CFO. Petrol needs to be paid for.
Bro, I'm nervous. I can't run out of game, cuz.
Yeah, that's why it's great content.
Fuck,
Bro,
me.
you park the bus up front, man. Just razzle when you pick
just
your moment.
constantly offside.
Yeah, zero press.
If you
Zero
guys play
defensive
five-a-side,
pressure.
then I'll be there, but fuck. Anywho.
What about a futsal? Futsal, nah.
I'm all right at futsal. I'm good.
I feel like
We could
futsal
do a
is
futsal
like
day.
more taxing on the lungs.
I know, but there's no offsides.
I'm decent at futsal. I'm better at
Same,
small
I'm
sided.
right.
Yeah, like if you played futsal with Drogba, you'd want to have 3 foot players on the field
Well, that's exactly right, yes.
and to bring out his full abilities.
Hikey, you guys should just make a highlight reel of him on Tuesday nights at 7s.
Fuck it, Jerome Karloff highlights.
I'll do the green screens.
Yeah. Jerome, push Noor out of the way. Actually, no, I won't push Noor out of the way.
That would be bantered over.
Jerome fucks on Sanya once more. Sanya is like my mortal enemy of fives. He's a big Nigerian keeper, and he thinks he like always. But you know what I did to him last week? I hit him with a rollover, beat him, and then tapped it home. And he,
What are the things you like?
Highlight of his
You know what I don't like about fives?
what, the cage?
No. That you can't go in to score.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, like
That
unrealistic.
annoys me, cuz.
Yeah, advantage keeper.
Yeah.
yeah, but not when
It's
I'm
already
playing.
advantage to them. The goals are tiny.
Yeah, but if I'm playing,
Like you can't even.
You go in.
no, I just
You just
I'll
score.
score.
Right, yeah.
All right. What is Churches League? Do you guys know what Churches League is?
I'm assuming a league conjoined of beliefs and your holiness
So
that's played in
my thought
amicability.
Sort
my
of.
thought would be like, if you attend a church, they've got their own team.
Let me break it down for you guys.
That's not bad. I didn't think of it that way.
Let me break it down for you guys. So Caleb Goey reached out to us and gave us the absolute ultimate breakdown that AI never could. Essentially, the league started from a few churches forming some teams and creating their own league. Since then, it has expanded to have something like 40 clubs, 9 divisions, 3 women's divisions, masters divisions, and juniors from under 8s to under 18s. In terms of religious aspects, there are no rules on having to be Christian. There are plenty of clubs that aren't Christian. We even have a few state league teams like Doncaster and Monbulk who have teams in the Churches League, so definitely don't have to be Christian. The league definitely holds some Christian values, one of which is the captain or someone from the home team has to pray before the match. The other one is swearing and blasphemy. So, with swearing, it's up to the ref. So, it's the discretion of the referee. You'll get some that are strict, you'll get some that are lenient. But,
Do they have to voice that in like the? Do they have to say, "Hey guys, no swearing today"?
well, they would. I'm sure they would.
Yeah, right.
So swearing at an opponent or ref is usually a straight red. Again, usually depends on what you say. Calling someone shit might get you a yellow, but telling someone to fuck off or something will most likely you get sent off. The craziest of them all, and the hardest for the new players to come to terms with, is the blasphemy rule. Any blasphemy, so, oh my God, Jesus Christ, or for God's sake, will get you a straight red and a 3-week ban. It's quite wild and is definitely something that they probably need to change. That is crazy because if I say to you, go fuck yourself, you stupid cunt, the ref might say, Jerome, yellow.
Calm down.
Yeah, calm down. But if you mishit a kick, oh my God.
3-week suspension.
3-week suspension,
And
man.
red.
And a red.
Bro.
In terms of quality, I can only speak on the men's. So MPL 1 seniors and MPL 2. Our MPL 1 division is quite good. However, there are only often 3 teams which compete for the title every year, which are Berwick, Knox and Murrelbach. These 3 teams are probably around a mid to low table state league 4 quality. That's what I've heard. I've heard state 4-ish. Maybe the Guns could play state 3, which is it's decent,
Not
I guess.
horrible, yeah.
Yep. Apparently Knox versus Berwick is the biggest game. They're considered the 2 biggest teams and have a huge rivalry. I want to know what's in the rivalry though. Because if you can't tell someone to go get fucked,
Like,
it's like, how do you tackle them and go, stay down?
stay there.
Yeah, stay there.
Stay there.
You can't guard me.
You can't. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Nice pass, Dave.
What's the sarcasm?
Like, what would the sarcasm be?
Well, I said, what about the ballers in the league? And he said, in terms of ballers, a lot just play Churches because they want to play with friends. Knox had a player last year who is now playing for Nunna. Plus, a few of the clubs are a bit sneaky and have VPL 1-2 players who play Friday nights.
Yeah.
That's not
That's
very
not very by the
churchy,
ball.
no?
That's a little sinful.
That's a
That's
little
got to be
sinful.
3-week suspension, bro.
Nor what's the rules on cheating
Cheating what?
in the Bible?
Like on my wife?
No. I know what that is. That's adultery.
Yep.
I mean about being
Dishonest to the rule
Yeah.
book.
no. Just like cheating.
Yeah, it's dishonest to the rule
It's
book.
probably not great.
Not great. Okay.
Not good.
Yeah, so there should be
I want to know
punishment for that.
who these players are that are willing to give up their weekend by playing Friday night to then go and play Churches.
I'm not saying Wade Decker does. That I am not saying Wade Decker does.
Dex
but he
is a very religious man.
he mentioned Wade Decker played some of his juniors in the Churches for Knox, and his brother's playing it.
Yeah.
So
I've known this
Dex.
for years.
yeah, Dex.
Yeah.
Dex, sneaky.
So
There's a lot of teams, bro. There's a lot of teams.
It's a really
Dex is
well
going
put
from
together
playing
system.
international football.
I'm all for the rules and the association and the purpose of it. But you can't be double stacking players from the NPL just to try and get a win and uphold the standards that you've got.
Yeah, my mate Harry.
That's got to be, everyone in the league's got to take a look in the mirror if that's going on.
Yeah.
I had a mate.
Come on, man.
I had a mate, Harry Knight, machine of a player. He used to play churches. And I always used to think, like, fuck, if he's playing churches, then the standard must be, like, not bad. But that's the breakdown on churches. I don't know if it's a thing in other states. I'm sure it is.
So that's why you won't play it. Because you don't trust your instinctive language.
If you said to me, play out a game in churches, I could do it. I'm fucking around. I mean, I'm messing around.
Ticket.
Seriously?
Next 89 minutes, you're playing on a yellow, bro.
As a Christian, I don't think I could play 90 minutes without getting
Yeah,
sent
even
off.
Noor would be...
I'm committed to my faith and everything, but it's
Noor
like,
is religious.
I would
Yeah.
struggle really hard.
Yeah,
That's why I never
Gav,
played it.
how
very
would you
well.
go? You'd struggle?
I think it'd just depend on the banter because I love banter during the game.
Yeah, but it's got to be G-rated.
Yeah, like it's got to be sarcasm, bro. Like if you miss a pass, I want to give you shit. Go,
Yeah, see,
good
that's-
pass, Gav.
Yeah. Where'd you
I
get the
reckon I
passing
could.
license from?
That's very good, Jerome. That would bother me. That would bother me.
Yeah.
What does he mean, passing
See,
license?
it works.
What are some, like...
What about if like you make a tackle and you just go, stay down, you fucking cunt, and then the ref doesn't
They'll
hear
snitch
it.
on you.
Surely the player gets
They'll
up.
snitch on you.
Ref!
They'll snitch
Ref!
on you. 100% they'll snitch on you. If they can get you sent off, they're going to snitch.
But that's what I
Referee!
mean. Then who does the ref believe? Because does he believe the person that's down that could potentially be lying, which is a sin in itself?
Gav, I'll tell you something straight out.
If Gavin comes back for one game, they 100% believe in the other player.
If there's a Muslim kid and he swore at me and the Christian kid's like, no, I didn't.
That would be great. Imagine
Who's he
that.
gonna believe?
Then the ref is in the middle, and he would have to make a decision.
Bro, I'm sorry. There's one ref in FFV. Some people call him George Mendes.
George Mendes.
For those listening, you'll know what I'm talking about. That's just a little Easter egg for you guys. Have you seen George Mendes before?
No, but I feel like
No, you have. Trust me. He's reffed Endeavour. You would have seen him.
What is that's his actual name?
It's the one where the other guy goes 2 chicken, 2 lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was the most fucked call to a ref.
Can I give a bit of context
Yeah,
to 2 chicken, 2 lamb?
yeah.
All right, so
This is fucked.
we're watching a
It's like
game.
racism, but not.
It was a bit like, so the ref is of a Middle Easternish background.
Yep.
And someone's giving him crap on the side, and they just go, "Ref, 2 chicken, 2 lamb." He's making horrible calls the whole game. The ref, whatever. The ref comes over to Jerome's cousin, who did not say that,
Yep.
and sends him off.
Yep. He sent my cousin out.
Wait.
My cousin's like, I didn't even fucking say anything.
Wait, you can send a crowd member out?
That's exactly what I was there. I was like, how much ego do you have as a ref?
Because he thought my cousin said 2 chicken, 2 lamb. Now,
Bro, respect that ref, bro. Just popping people in the crowd because he
do you know
feels
what
like
he means by 2 chicken, 2 lamb?
No, I don't.
Okay.
So when you go to
What,
the
like
Afghan
a-
stores in Dandenong,
like a kebab.
you order your rice, and normally you get either 2 chicken, 2 lamb,
Yeah,
1
4
lamb.
lamb.
mixed. Oh yeah, 4
Mixed.
lamb, 4
So
chicken.
he goes, hey, ref, 2 chicken, 2 lamb.
He's a bit tubby. The ref's a bit tubby.
Which, bro,
It's not nice.
It's not nice.
but it's funny.
You know what?
Oh,
I
it's
don't
funnier
like?
because he sent off the wrong person.
Can we just
And it
talk
was
about
my
this?
cousin.
Can we just talk about this? Like, we were at the game on the weekend, and we were talking reasonably nice to the referee, the linesman.
Bro,
No response. Like,
yeah, they don't. They
bro,
try to.
give us a bit of banter.
Nah, the craziest thing about the ref
Like-
on the weekend is me and my mate.
And it's us behind him. There's no one else around. We're clearly talking to you.
Bro, the funniest thing about that ref on the weekend is that he was like a ginger and we thought he was a full-blown Aussie, and then he opened his mouth and he had the craziest Italian accent.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was like, what is going on?
Bro, I've learned, I don't know about state one, but my very short experience in the state leagues, the refereeing aspect, greatest respect, gonna be working with a lot of them. It is genuine. It's a hobby.
Yeah. But
The quality, it's a 12th man to someone on the day. You just don't know who.
You
gotta
think
pay up.
the refereeing is bad? The linesmen They just sometimes on, sometimes off. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I'll put my flag up now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The linesmen's are
anything
bad.
under state 3 is a volunteer. So you only have one linesman, and then the other one's from the club.
That's great.
Yeah, you just got to accept it.
Yeah.
You've just
And
got to
try
accept
playing
it.
Metro. We had no coach because he was reffing.
Yeah, giving fouls against you.
Against me to try to be fair. And I'm
Extra
like,
fair.
you're actually fucking this. Anyway.
His bird's already been sent off from church leagues.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 2 yellows already in 10 minutes. He's gone.
Guys, Noor, what time are we at?
1:15.
Oh, we're flying.
Yeah, boy.
Okay, so I want to give... I don't know why I just thought of this on the shitter, to be honest. Because I was just thinking, what could we talk about that's a bit different, whatever. And I
How
thought,
long is your average?
Long.
Average.
I use a stool for my legs.
Oh, I like that. That's a
What? What's this for?
He's a professional
He's
shitter.
shitty. How long is he on the shitter for?
Bro, you know what I've done?
He sets up a stool.
I've changed my technique of shitting after 29 years.
Do we want to know? Yeah.
I now shit
Standing
with
up.
the whole...
In the shower.
No, just with every seat up. So you know how you got the original seat?
You sit on the
Oh
pisser.
my
Yeah.
God!
Yeah.
It's rock hard!
I know.
And
You're,
cold.
you're
Yeah.
sinking in.
Do you have problems aiming your shit?
No, because it opens it up more.
Oh, so just spread your ass cheek.
I'm serious.
What the fuck?
So
Why did I ask you that question? I should have
I
known.
genuinely get a
I
cleaner
should
poo.
have known he was going to layer over.
Goodness.
Which
All
you
right,
know-
you guys let us know how that goes at home.
All right, do you wipe standing up
Bro,
or
so you
sitting down?
pino clean
I
and
wipe
no...
standing up.
Same.
Wait, how do you wipe standing up?
Yeah.
Like this. I'll show you.
Same.
That's not the right way to do it.
That's insane.
Oh, you know what my
That's insane,
Hey,
right?
shout out my brother. You know what my brother does? Reach around.
Okay, does he have a vagina?
I don't know.
Bro, you are supposed to stay seated, right?
You are meant to stay seated, and the only
But how do you
thing
do it seated?
it's already spread for you.
No, but are you doing a back reach around?
Of course, this way.
So you're headbutting the door.
B.
Are you
Like
wiping
the-
down
no,
or
my
are you
bathroom's
wiping
huge.
upwards?
Up.
Are you wiping up or down, Jerome?
Hold on.
Like towards the scrotum?
Up. Yeah, of course, up. Towards the scrotum is crazy.
But lately
Also-
I've been using not a dusher. What are they called?
bidet.
Bidets.
This is what I was gonna
Yeah.
say. The only change you need to make to your lives is get a bidet. It feels incredible. Or you and it's
See what
logical.
I've got
It's
at Ming's
logical.
house?
incredible,
I've got
does
the
it?
full professional Japanese thing.
Yeah. The Japanese bidet, bro. It's unreal.
incredible,
You got the
Wait, Gavin has that warm water jet shooting up his little tight ass.
Yeah.
Gavin, man.
Bro, that thing is unbelievable. It's even got air dryer.
Yeah, that's mad.
Have you got that on
The
your
only thing with bidets is
I don't have one here.
how do you dry your ass?
What, then you just take some paper towel and just
Yeah, but no, once that gets soggy, it's tough.
you wrap a couple.
Oh my
In
god.
this day and age.
I'm so sorry to all the listeners. I'm going to take full responsibility for that.
You know what I don't
Divert.
understand?
All right, we all have shits.
I don't understand.
Nah,
anyone
but
that
not everyone shits without the toilet seat, and not everyone stands up for a reach around in their luxury bathroom after taking their feet off the stool. That's something we've just developed
Bro,
and learned.
let me
that
tell you
we
Do you
something.
have any
necessarily-
squatters?
I will tell you right now. I always, again, this is just me being honest with you guys. At a few shopping centres, there's signs like "Do not squat on the seat," and I always thought, why the fuck are you squatting on a seat? But then I realised it opens up your bowels.
It's actually
Yeah,
it's
it's the
actually
ultimate
the healthy
shooter.
way.
Yes.
You ever seen a dog take a shit?
Like, I actually can't
Well,
deep
that's exactly
squat.
right.
I can't deep squat.
Neither can I. I don't have the power in
But
my legs.
One day I would love to be able to try that.
That's why I just do the little stool, and you just
Yeah.
kick it. You just kick it hard.
Unbelievable.
I don't understand anyone that scrunches toilet paper. You have
Well,
to-
that's weird.
It's very strange.
So what topic did you think of on the shitter?
Okay, this has nothing to do with the topic that I thought of. I don't know why we got into just our shitting.
Sorry, again, take full responsibility over here. Number
But
10.
I was just, I don't know what I think I was looking through Socceroos that aren't in the squad and just like seeing where they're at and stuff. And I'm like, man, we should do a segment on what's happened or what is happening with Gurang Kuol. Now, as we all saw, he was a teenager lighting up the A-League.
Sensation.
Sensation.
Bro, almost scored a goal against Argentina at the World Cup.
And a crucial one.
Like, incredible first time. It was just Martinez was in goal.
Yeah.
So his story, for those who have been living under a rock, goes he came into the Mariners when he was a teenager. They call it the Kuol method, if you know, you know, because all three brothers are players.
Quality.
Pace to burn, agile, confident, charismatic.
I was going to say, beyond that, the charisma. He's a star.
Charismatic, man. Will tell his opponent he's going to beat. I love that.
So he does that, and then massive deal. Newcastle United in the Premier League come in. I think it was something like £300,000 deal. Good money for the A-League. He comes in. He goes over there. He's lauded as a star. Then the Socceroos call-up comes, like Jake said, goes to the World Cup, nearly scores an equaliser against Messi's Argentina. But yeah, Martinez was in goal, the prick. So he's on top of the world. Obviously, he's not going to crack the Newcastle first team just yet. He gets sent out on loan to Hearts in the Scottish Premier League.
Scottish Premier League, yeah.
Scottish Premier League.
Aye, they played out there.
Yeah, he played at Hearts.
Played at Hearts there.
Yeah.
Aye,
So,
no bother about it.
I believe it was 17 games, 2 goals, 2 assists. Not the greatest return. Goes back to Newcastle, then gets sent to Volendam, which is a team in the Eredivisie. They got relegated, I believe. I think he had something like 1 goal, 1 assist in 15. That could be wrong, but it's around those numbers. Not the greatest return. Comes back to Newcastle, has an injury, and then as of recently, apparently he's been tearing it up in the Premier League 2, which is the 21s.
Yes.
So I think he's played something like 8 games and he's had 3 goals, 2 assists, which is a nice little return. He's 20.
Also, this is mad. He's done all of this and he's still playing under 21. Like, he's still under 21.
Well, this is the thing. This is a bit of the
from playing in a World Cup.
Yep.
Yeah, but
to now playing under 21s.
This is my view on it. It's like, one, he went to Newcastle, who were top 6 in the Prem when they bought him, the richest club in the world. 100%. What was the fee?
300,000 apparently.
That is dirt cheap.
Dirt
It's
about
cheap.
600,000 Aussie.
That's the desperation some clubs are in. But they should have got minimum like 800, 900 grand for him. Yeah. Australian, at least,
we're forgetting
right?
that he tore it up against Barcelona here.
Yeah, correct. In the All-Stars, right?
Yeah. I was there at that game.
But I just think, right, from an African Australian boy that's in Australia, that's grown up here, that's very rooted into his culture and his friendship group, and they're he would be very, very close to them, which is I'm aware he's got a very close friendship group. To go to Newcastle, freezing cold, to then go experience Scotland, where like that's
Colder.
a culture shock, bro. Culture shock being in Scotland. And then also then he went to Holland, which is a whole new atmosphere and country and language.
Funny enough, Holland might have felt the most at home out of all of them for him.
Potentially,
I just had that thought.
but also like it's the challenge of like being that young and trying to enable the maturity to prosper is a big challenge. It's not spoken about, and that's why it's very hard for players to overcome that. Because his quality
and also Premier League 2 standard would be really good.
Premier League 2 standard, I GPT'd it, but fuck GPT at the same time. But I wanted to get a rough estimate. Now, people could say I'm talking out of my ass here. I actually don't know, but this is just me assuming. PL2 standard would be somewhere around the lower leagues in Europe. So you're talking like maybe a... What's a league I can pull out?
Polish league or something.
Polish league would still be better. Maybe something like...
Estonia.
So balling out in the Premier League 2s, what we're trying to say, what you're trying to get across here, balling out does not mean you go into a Premier League team.
Absolutely not.
So... I
But
think
it's
the
minutes
purpose,
under the belt.
which is that, Gav? Is that more important for him right now to just play every
Well,
week?
let's be honest. Like, 20 years old, still, he's young.
Yep.
Yeah,
He's really young. You know what I mean? And only your big dogs, like, you know, your Mbappe's, your Kun Aguero's and all of that, are making their debut at such a young age. You know, he's already had first team experience. He's at a totally different world over there in the Prem. he probably is training with the first division, with the first team here and there.
I believe the standard, and again, this is just me looking at a map of Europe, so I'm just going to pull out some countries that I think the standard might be similar to: Slovenian league, Slovakian league, Bulgarian league.
Do you reckon that's a crazy take?
What, that it's the same standard?
Like, would people there think that's a crazy take, or no? Do you think that's accurate? I wouldn't know because I haven't watched it.
I don't know, but it's nowhere near like those mid-tier ones, like a
But,
team
like,
from
if
Belgium.
people
would
are-
Because you
smack-
can
But, like,
drop 3 players down.
What I'm going to say is, like, people are probably saying, fuck, his career's done. If anything, it's only just started. Like, he's got so much experience behind him, and he's going to get deals from this. You know what I mean? He's still only 20. Why? Could he come back home? Of course he could.
Well,
Well, he was going to.
Do you know what I
MacArthur
mean?
looked at him, and I think Sydney FC or another team looked at him. My advice would be to not come back home.
Yeah.
Don't come back home.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth it.
Don't come back home. Again, I know nothing about nothing.
Yeah,
and
you can't, let's just put it this way.
be in touching
You're
distance.
not going to be exposed to enough quality here.
Yeah.
Well,
Him playing MPL 2 for Western United compared to playing Newcastle United 2, no comparison.
I just think the model of going to Newcastle, you're going to go on loan. Going on loans, it's a gamble. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a huge. It's not like someone that's wanted you and planned for you. It's someone that just needs that position for that moment, and there's an opportunity, and there's a relationship.
Well-
and all those worlds might not be perfect.
If you do have a good loan spell, though, you can get promoted to the first team or get sold for a larger fee. So 2 examples that I look at all the time. Reece James went to Wigan. I think he was a player of the season. Chelsea are like, what the fuck? We're taking him back. Mason Mount goes to Derby, flourishes under Frank. What the fuck? We're taking him back. I don't think Garang, for the foreseeable future, will crack, obviously, the Newcastle team because...
FA Cup champions.
Well, yeah. And they're just, you look at players in his position.
Not FA Cup.
Yeah, Carabao.
Carabao, sorry.
You look at players in his position, they're internationals. Anthony Gordon, Jacob Murphy has the most assists at the club. Like,
All right, can I say this though? So I just searched it up. As of right now, there are 4 players between the ages of 18 and 21 that are at Newcastle United's like full men's squad.
yeah.
So it's,
I can name them.
Yeah,
Lewis Hall,
Yep.
Livramento, probably some other young fellas, but I know those 2.
Yep.
They stole them from Chelsea, that's why I know.
yeah. So it's like clearly it's
Those guys play, though.
Yeah, they play.
yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's
We
like
fucked up.
as in like when you see that it can happen and it exists, and then this player is not there. Does that mean that they don't see that in him? I mean, obviously it means they don't see that in him, but then it's like, is there no future there for him?
Well, I looked at some of the other players in the 21s, and they're banging on about these 2 guys forwards as well that play in the 21s and that have
So
that
even
have
more
better
competition.
stats than him. I think they're local boys. So again, this is just my like FIFA brain, whatever. It means nothing, but just throwing shit out there to see if it sticks. He needs to go to a lower European league or go ply your trade in League One, man. Go play men's senior football. Because you look at someone like Harry Sutar, again, completely different situation, but he was playing League One. So was Cam Burgess. They were playing League One. Now they're in the Prem. You just never know what's going to happen. I would say you if you want to stay in England, you go play League One or a low championship team.
A lot of those boys do that too. Like, I remember when I was at Sunderland, a lot of those boys had been on loan at
Yeah,
League
you
One,
got to.
League
So
2.
he's 20 now?
Yeah, you got to, man.
See, that 20 is probably the age where I'd take you out of the kid bracket. But,
Yeah.
like, for him, the way
Still
he played...
loan age.
The way he played in the A-League, it wasn't like... It was so trickery and skill and touch that it wasn't, like, strength-based.
No.
And, like, when you go to Newcastle and you're playing on the wing, you're going to get, like...
Hammered.
It's a physical position. So
What,
maybe
in the men's
that's...
team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like,
Not in
maybe
the
that's
21s.
that's a component of his game that's like completely being reshifted and reshaped.
Well, for me, there's so many leagues in Europe where you can go sort of make a name for yourself. Even second of it, like, I think he could go play Bundesliga 2. I think there
French second division.
French second division. I think there could be a club there where it's, you're still sort of, people are still looking at you. You never know who's going to come around, but I think he needs to finish off this season or get to January. Not January.
Because how long's his contract? It's like long, yeah.
Yeah, it's long, but like I don't see how. Unless something crazy happens, I don't know if he's
like
going to...
14 injuries ahead of him.
He's already had a big injury.
No, sorry, not him. Like, he's 14 players ahead of him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but we as Socceroos need him firing fit, because if he could do what he did at the World Cup and make that squad playing for Central Coast, he obviously has the quality.
He had the best press interview when he made the squad and
Yeah.
his brother didn't. Like,
Yeah,
what did you... what happened, mate? That charisma was amazing. And then his brother, charisma as well.
That's
Lol's
why,
funny.
yeah, I hope that side doesn't get killed out of him.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I just hope that he does make that move when the season's over. I really, really want... And I actually want it to be... Not permanent, but I want it to be like, all right, we want him on loan and we're going to use him. Like, we're not just going to have him sit on the bench and come on here and there, because then you might as well have just stayed at Newcastle. But players like him, I think...
Aaron Kunda, similar thing, right?
Aaron Kunda, he's doing all right, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, because maybe now the gamble of like a loan at Grasshopper, I think it is.
Yeah, Grasshopper.
It's starting to click a bit more and feels a bit more comfortable.
See, that's what you just got to sort of... The ego might take a hit a bit, but these leagues are all still better than the A-League. So
this is where you want it to be.
Yeah.
Remember,
yeah.
so...
Yeah, this is where you want it to be. Bro, imagine if we had fucking... Imagine if those two were our starting wingers. If they were, like, going crazy. That would be so exciting. Like, we would be a completely different unit.
This is the young ball A-League method, man. You throw young players in, majority are going to go overseas. Not all are going to land, but enough will, and the Socceroos are going to be better.
I just want him to do well. Because he's... There's been... One day we'll do a major breakdown of Australian wonder kids that didn't reach their full potential.
It's a lot.
Jake.
Yeah, but I wasn't like... I didn't go to... Like, Arzani went to Celtic.
Yeah, but you played under 20 World Cup.
Yeah, a lot of people left.
Come on, bro. But I mean in the sense of like whether it's injury or whether it was the wrong career move or whatever, there's been a lot of Australian kids. So hopefully there's more of a success rate now and, you know, even Gav.
You need a bit of luck, bro.
Oh,
you need a bit of luck.
Of
But
course you
also, I learned a lot speaking to John Aloisi about it, didn't we? Like, about the toughness that took and how, obviously, his career panned out, but how difficult so many stages were throughout that initial...
Just staying in it.
Just staying in the fight, man.
That's a legend
Yeah.
as well right there. What else did we have before we get on to amateur agents?
I've got about 5, I reckon.
Do we want to talk
You got
about...
a bounce?
Do we want to talk about...
A Liga?
No. Well, yes. Quickly, just on the A-League. Great game between Adelaide and Sydney. It was a weird finish, the Segacic one. Like, he got the rebound and he sort of fell down, but it went in.
Yeah, like...
Went in.
Yeah.
And it was a great game. I think that's not helping the whole Carl Vert situation.
Well, yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know either.
Does he want to stay? Is he being pushed out? Is he wanting to leave?
Speaking of A-League managers as well, apparently Aloisi's being looked at for the Matildas job.
Ooh.
Which I don't know how I feel about that.
So's Joe Montemuro, who that seems like the most logical candidate to me.
100%.
He's like the greatest female, one of the greatest
ever.
female managers in the world.
If you're Aloisi, are you taking the Matildas or a big gig in Asia?
To be fair, if I'm making that decision over Aloisi or Joe, I'm taking Joe.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
he's been a women's coach. That's
I
probably why.
I just don't know, like the going from women's back to the men's game, where that leaves you. I feel like
Yeah.
once you get this, also because there's a lot of money now in the female game.
Yeah.
So if you do well at Matildas, you actually might take a pay cut coming back to coach an A-League team.
Yeah.
Didn't
Or
the Saudi manager
Mm.
manage the French women's team, Hervé Renard?
Yes.
Yeah, so it can be done, but
Yeah, but
I don't know if that's the right
Bro,
move.
you coach the women's national team in the US. You're set
yeah.
for life.
I was going to
Yeah.
say Matilda specifically is
Hayes.
one where it's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem that much of a like, oh, I'm downgrading or I'm making myself harder, because it's like you are coaching literally the biggest football franchise this country has ever had.
yeah, well, it's a top 4 nation.
Yeah, and that, right?
Yeah.
So it's it's well respected as well.
I personally, Matildas are massive, but I think if I'm Aloisi, I'm probably not going to take it.
I would think that he would want to coach in Europe.
Yeah.
Like, that's got to be his goal, right?
Has to be.
So that
Especially if he wins the league again.
Joe Montemurro, bro. That'd be a great candidate.
If he wins the league again, he wants to try to do what Ange or Muscat did.
Yeah.
Like, go over and coach a big powerhouse in Asia and then or try his luck in Europe. Because you just never know. But I wouldn't take the Matildas job. If Joe's has a history in the women's game, then go take it.
Yeah.
What else happened in the A-League? You were on Paramount, JK!
Yeah. Melbourne
Bit of
City.
a cagey affair.
Melbourne City versus Central Coast. Central Coast just had about 11 behind the ball for about 85 minutes. So it was a difficult game to break down. But Melbourne City, who we may or may not do some content with soon, they are in serious form. They've beaten a lot of teams. They've been undefeated for quite a few weeks now. And they're the team that can catch Auckland, if you will. So they're well and truly second outright.
You don't think Western United?
Western's there too, but like currently Melbourne City's.
I believe.
No, Melbourne City might be equal second.
I think they're third, bro.
Yeah, they're third, but they might be on similar points. Can
Can we look at the A-League table? I think it's Auckland, Western, City.
Well, so why I like Melbourne City, and from what I can see, they've got the best defensive record in the league. They concede the least goals.
Yeah. Auckland, Western City.
Yeah.
So their challenge, the Western City.
Sorry, Auckland, Western City.
Oh, okay,
United.
gotcha. Ciao, Gavla.
Gav's got to go to training.
I'm going to go training and I'm trying not to get fined. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
communism.
Yeah.
Man, put the seat down, bro. When you yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Put the seat down, Falster.
I've actually got to go on the pizza first.
Yeah. All right.
On the pisser.
On the pisser.
That's crazy.
Like sit down or? Yeah, right.
But yeah, so big fan of City in the way they play. Man, they've had a lot of turnover and change. But the top three has definitely been the best three teams all season. Do you think Auckland are actually going to go and win it all?
Nah.
You think there's they've only lost 2 games, and one of the games they lost was to the bottom team, which is crazy.
Like, judging off how the A-League works, the team that dominates all season, you get to the final.
So if you were a betting man at this point of the year, who would be your team to not win the league, to win the actual grand final?
Fuck. Probably Melbourne City.
You reckon?
I just think if their big boys are fit.
So my thing with Melbourne City is, who's their spearhead striker? They've had 8. I learnt this on the weekend.
Is true.
8 games, 1-0 wins.
Maybe I'll take that back, man.
With that knowledge, do you take that back? Sydney FC, for example, front 4, Klimala,
Yeah, Costa, Lolly.
Segicic, Costa, and Joe Lolly.
What about Victory, bro? I just feel like a late flurry.
Yeah.
You could.
Potentially. Like, Victory on paper, bro. We've been saying it all year.
Western United.
The best team? Western is like
Making Fahid look a bit...
Western Sydney.
No, Western United.
Or was he?
I mean, sorry, fucking Wanderers.
Oh,
What am I
Wanderers.
saying?
Wanderers, yeah, they're there. I don't know. I feel like with the Western Sydney, it's very much like Milanovic has to play really well.
What final do you want to see? I want to see Sydney-Auckland final.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crowd-wise. Fuck it. They got 2 good
There's
crowds.
got to, I just think one of the Melbourne teams is going to make it all the way because all 3 are very strong.
The attendances haven't been good.
Melbourne City's on the weekend wasn't too bad.
Melbourne City's actually...
It was a really good
It
crowd.
was decent-ish, yes.
Which maybe because of the form is
Maybe,
building. It's that time of
maybe.
year. Like, why not? Because it was against Central Coast, who don't really attract away
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah. Like I saw the Jets and I was just like, fuck.
Yeah. But quite a few boys are getting Socceroos call-ups from the A-League, bro.
You know what? A-League, if you're listening, we want to come to the final if it's not in Melbourne. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll see what we can
So
do.
you're Chip taking your stocks out of Auckland.
Yeah, I am. Let's do something different.
Yeah.
I don't think Auckland are going to win the grand final. They'll obviously win the league, but I don't think they're going to win the grand final because you just looking at I thought Victory were going to beat Mariners. Didn't happen. You know, just I don't know. I feel like first season, I feel like it's all gone too good to plan so far.
Yeah.
Something's
Oh,
the big test is waiting.
Also, what's hot off the press is Gab's Newcastle. So coach is gone.
Rob Stanton.
Coach is gone for next year. New ownership's come in, so I assume that's been a part of that shift. But word upon the street is Mark Milligan.
Pon the street is Mark Milligan.
Mark Milligan in Newcastle right now, departed Adelaide.
Because he was the assistant there. Well, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, like,
Makes sense.
could be a cool coach.
Yeah, it could be. We'll see. I feel like the Perth and Brisbane coaches, be interesting to see if they're still around.
Well, it comes back to, I don't know, man. I've got a view on Brisbane that it doesn't seem like whoever's in charge of that is funding it. It's like you've got money to make decisions, but they're not making decisions.
Sorry, Noor, what time are we at, by the way?
1:40.
Okay. Perth and Brisbane should be in the top 5 biggest clubs in the A-League.
Yeah.
Attendance-wise, fan-wise, it just all seems to be going to
How are
shit.
they not? Yeah.
I don't know, because it's like Brisbane, major city. You got one team there.
Singular team.
Perth.
Singular team versus population and mass and participation in the sport. They've got to be the 2 biggest for reach.
Singular team, yeah.
Yeah, singular team.
yeah.
Like, obviously, the victories and New South
Adelaide.
Wales, but they don't have the same size population. Like, be it that Adelaide is like it's central and you're closer to the ground and stuff, and WA is extraordinarily big. But you're right.
They need to just, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well, I don't think they can sack the coaches because it seems like financially they don't want to pay them out.
Can someone buy the A-League?
Who would you like to buy it?
Saudis.
Wait, I've got a quick question
just
for you.
want money.
Quick question for you. Can't think, have to answer. Who runs the A-League?
The APL.
Nice.
Oh, why? Do you think I was going to slip up there?
No, I just thought, yeah. But, baby, just a little whoop.
Don't say that. Noor. Don't make me laugh on camera. Don't make me laugh
What
on
did
camera.
he say?
I won't tell you what kind of lawyer
Yeah,
it
we'll
was.
tell you off camera.
Okay.
All right. I think that's all I wanted to. Was there anything else in the A-League? Harrison Sawyer scored again. I said that last week, I think.
Yeah, shout out Harrison Sawyer. Maybe we need to cover some of the NPL players that like are making some impact in the A-League, hey, at some point.
Yep, definitely. What happened in the NPL this weekend? Trying to think of the Thunder fucked Port Melbourne.
Avondale, bro.
Avondale are flying. They
Real
probably run
deal,
away
bro.
with the league.
Real deal.
But the rest of it's a bit. Oakley's looking decent.
We might be doing some commentary.
Yes.
That's going to be followed up soon. The person, we can speak to your mate, Daddy.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I am in contact with them. The person's just away at the minute and the schedule's been booked up.
Yeah,
but
would you guys like us to commentate an NPL game? Because we'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's in the works.
It
so
might
we're
not
gonna
be
do it
prime
anyway,
time
even if you don't
NPL
want us.
because I don't know if we're going to be calling play-by-play.
No.
Yeah.
No. We're looking to just have a laugh, set the vibes, have some food,
And go
And-
bonkers when there's goals.
and just
or
go
like
crazy
tackles.
when there's goals and tackles and just, have a laugh and have
Maybe
some fun.
interview a club president whilst we're on there, like
Look,
whatever.
I know for the traditionalists out there, they might not like this idea, but get with the fucking times.
Yeah. You can just hit mute.
Yeah, you can hit mute or you can listen to like the Greek commentary on Neos Cosmos
Yeah.
or whatever. But we're
Nice.
going to be doing the NPL one, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's all I had in terms of. I think we covered a fair bit.
A lot.
Yeah,
That was efficient hosting.
yeah. I just wanted to bang punch him.
You fell off with your time management for a few
Yeah,
weeks.
I know. But it could all
Literally-
go to shit right now with
And it's-
Amateur Agents.
And it's time for
Sponsored by.
no one.
Right.
Please,
Let's
help.
get through these, main. There's a lot.
Did you change your approach today with how you?
I'm gonna be real with you. Oh, forgot to mention. So a popular A-League podcast, A-League Off Air, announced today that they are shutting shop.
Which is the pod with?
Daniel McBreen, and I think the other guy's name's Robbie Thompson.
Oh, yep.
Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. Personally, I actually don't listen to many football pods, let alone pods here, because I'm so consumed with what we have going on. But in saying that, they are a very popular A-League podcast, and
They're technically my colleagues.
they are.
Mac is really good.
He's fantastic, Daniel McBreen. We need you on the pod, Macca. So they have announced that they just can't continue to do the pod, and they've mentioned work-life balance and
Good on him, man, for
they had
making
a great
that decision.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, and they had a great innings, and they got a lot of love from even some big names, Simon Hill and stuff, and even just the listeners in the comments saying, "Wow, guys, great show and everything." So I want to salute to those guys, and I just want to point out how fucking hard it is to do podcasts and to do A-League content. Because let's be real, the A-League isn't the most thriving league in the world, especially when it comes to the hype, the attendances, sometimes the quality. There's a lot of pitfalls, right? Okay, if we were covering the Prem, it's easy.
Endless content.
Endless content.
Yeah.
Do you reckon this show or the shows covering the game, if this was as popular in that 2009 to 2015
Be
period,
different.
the poppy nature and the vibe around shows
You'd have endless content.
and content creators would be thriving and enhanced.
Yeah. I just want to point out something. People don't understand how hard it is to run a pod. This is what people don't think of at home. People just think, you go in and record. Visual. Audio.
Social media management.
Social media management. Studio hire.
Feeding a kit man.
Feeding a kit man. Feeding Gavin.
Feeding Jerome.
Feeding Jerome.
Important.
We got 4 people on here aligning our schedules. We got people behind the scenes aligning with their schedules, guests, doing collaborations with people. No, that gets cancelled, so you got to move that day, and then you got to move that.
Yeah. Content research.
Content research. You're not getting paid. A lot of people are doing this for free.
Yeah. For the love of the game.
For the love of the game. You've got disagreements that you got to deal with. You've got
A lot of talking.
a lot of
each other.
talking
Group
to
chats.
each other.
Bro,
Group chats.
it's actually
we have
why-
3 group chats.
To actually give this the full potential, this thing that's full chance of potential, was we had to quit everything else
Pretty much.
to operate it to a level to have a high performance show.
And we're not even at that quit everything fully yet.
Yeah, we're on the cusp.
Yeah. So people are still doing things here and there. It's tough, man. Now, okay, if you have a 9 to 5 and you want to do food reviews on TikTok, you can do it. Because you might go to 3 cafes a week, maybe 1 after work, 2 on the weekend. You get your iPhone, you film a 90-second review, you upload it to TikTok, Bob's your uncle. When you're doing a podcast, you need a studio, you need equipment, you need editing, you need long-form content, you need short-form content, you need audio content, you need to diversify your content. And then imagine doing all of that without getting paid, especially in this day and age when it costs me $14 fucking to buy a Red Bull, an iced coffee, and a chocolate bar.
Thank you for that.
You know what's
by
the
way.
craziest part of
Thank
what
you
you
for
just
the Red
said?
Bull.
I was impressed that you got 3 items for $14.
Well,
That's how bad life is.
Well, it's fucked. So people are probably thinking, why the fuck am I wasting my time? Not A-League on air, I'm just off air, I'm just saying in general. Why am I wasting my time doing this when I could be going making money somewhere else? It's tough, guys. So when we do eventually bring in the Patreon, we would absolutely adore
Live events.
and stuff that you guys chuck a little bit of coin so we can up the product. So just a little warning. Well, it's not a warning, but more content is coming.
PSA.
Yeah, it's a PSA.
Yeah, we got a lot of different streams
Yes.
coming.
But for those guys, I don't know what their days look like, but I know they do some content for Paramount.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're full-time workers across the A-League.
But it's tough, man. It's tough, and hopefully they can find the time and the synergy to come back.
Do you know what that show could be well remembered for? Is,
The Fahid.
yes, the Fahid Stajic beef was unleashed on that podcast.
That it was.
How's that?
That it was.
Yeah, so
And I fuck with them because they swear and shit.
do they?
Yeah.
Shout out, man.
Like they say fucking cans and shit. Like I like that stuff. Because it's real.
So the podcast was not sponsored by the Church League.
Yeah.
This was one of their last. Would be remiss not to thank the long-suffering producer, stats legend, fucking weirdos that took the pod to the next level. The crazy cunt guests that came on to share their passion for the game. Now fuck off, the lot of yous. I fuck with it.
Shout out Macca. Shout out Robbie Thompson.
And apparently they said the fun hasn't been there for as of late for a number of reasons, and that can happen, man. When you lose the passion for it, and it's tough. It's fucking tough. So shout out all the content creators out there doing their thing. It's fucked. Anyway, amateur agents. Let's try zoom through these, Jakey.
Let's go, baby. See how crooked these are today, or how high quality they might be.
Okay, so first few were someone said, is it concerning that in the last 2 to 3 months we've lost 2 shows? The global game hasn't aired since November, and A-League off air. Fucking what I'm saying. Hope you guys continue. We touch wood. We will absolutely.
We're not going anywhere.
Well, we should have asked this when Gav was here, but there's a good one about how did he quit social events when first drinking. We'll ask Gav that when he's in.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have enough personalities in the A-League? Are players scared to create an identity of themselves? Does Australia have tall poppy syndrome? Spoken about this a few times.
Lots of times.
I do think there is a slight lack of personality in the A-League, but every now and then some good ones come along.
Gurang Kuol.
Gurang Kuol, I think a cum dog.
Cum dog was great.
Love cum dog.
Yeah.
Love cum dog. Who else in the league at the moment?
There is a culture in football to hide your cards,
That is a thing.
to not give too much away and let the feet do the talking. There is definitely that, I'd say globally, but
Australia has this thing of like, if you try too much, you cringe.
yeah, like get
Yeah.
that. Who cares, man?
Yeah.
Come out and say, bro, I think we're going to probably smash Central Coast this week.
Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, like
We
just
need
come
that.
out and put it on. So then like, fans are like, bro, I can't wait to see this first tackle, you know?
Yeah, it actually, players having personalities actually adds to the hype of the games, because if you got someone talking shit in the media or whatever, then it's like, you know, even when the Fahid shit was happening, it's like people really wanted to see if Mata was going to do.
It was like a great play. It was good for the league.
Yeah. So I know that unfortunately negativity is the seller, but sometimes you need it to stir the pot a bit. I'm trying to think of any other A-League personalities game, like player-wise, because back in the day there was your Archies, your Bessarts, you know, even Ryan Grant, Karen Bullitt, who else? There was a lot back in the day, I think, for sure.
Norm Sekalovsky.
Sekalovsky's, who else?
Well, Mark
Even
Bosnich,
coaches.
bro. Robbie Slater. They were
John
personalities, man.
Cosmina,
John Cosmina.
Kevin Muscat.
You know?
You know, you
Miron Bleiberg,
Miron
bro. Tell me that's
Bleiberg.
not a character.
Clive Palmer.
Gary Van Egmond.
Yeah,
Character.
Fahid.
Yeah.
I don't know if a lot of the other players now are probably just like too ultra aware of like, oh, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut and play because, you know, people drag things.
Kenny Lowe. Those are the
Kenny
OG
Lowe.
A-League fans will know Kenny Lowe was a
Kenny
character.
Lowe. What else do we have? Can Noor help answer how I can get into branding and marketing? What tools should I be learning and who should I be following? Do I need to go and do some formal education or do I teach myself? There you go, Noor.
Don't you, Noor Botic?
Very interesting. Have I talked about the fact that
How
I
the
did that
fuck
one?
do you know Noor does marketing?
Yeah. Oh, maybe they look at myself. Nah, just go figure it out yourself. Honestly, that's what I did. Taught myself Photoshop through YouTube, and then lied and said that I can do websites and got hired for a job, and then learned about doing websites.
Would you
on my job.
honestly be open to this person reaching out to you?
Oh, 100%. Slide in my DMs.
I thought he was about to say 100% no.
Yeah, slide in Noor's
100%.
DMs.
I'd love to help people. Yeah, for sure.
You go,
And then
bro.
I'll make sure you charge half, and I'll take half of what you get.
Yeah. That's the economy.
Yep. Welcome to the world we live in, bro.
Have you guys watched the latest Copa 90 doco on the League of Ireland? No, I haven't yet, but shout out Ali. I will. It looks amazing. A lot of people have spoken about it.
We did get Ali on here.
I know. I'm fucking waiting for you, Ali. Fucking hell.
That's a double booking in the Churches League right there.
Yeah, I know. Fucking hell. Oh,
17-week suspension.
he said, is this something that the A-League should look to emulate? A lot of the scenes in the video remind me of your vid on Preston versus South. To be fair, the A-League's tried to do it. And it was actually going pretty well because I watched some of them. And when I watch something, it's good.
Which content streams are you talking about?
I'm talking about when the A-League was doing like that whole like following players around, following clubs around.
Yeah,
there
but,
was there was like even the whole Milos Ninkovic thing. I like that one.
They paid $40 million for that though.
Well, that's exactly right.
So
Yes.
you can get us to do it for a lot less.
Guys will do it. And we're going to continue to do it. So,
Yeah.
but thank you for that. State league teams are doing a good job of creating content. Yeah, that's because we're doing it for them. Especially long-form video content. Why hasn't the A-League done this?
Are you noticing more trends like Wrexham type content coming from state leagues?
Absolutely.
There's a couple
East Q do it.
East Q, bro.
East Q do it.
Shout out them. I don't know if you listen, but man, there's like, are they young guys that run the club?
Probably, yeah.
Because they're talking about like club decisions, and I'm not sure what division or level they're in. But
East Q. Low state.
they've been doing it for like 2 years
Yes,
as well.
they have. They are pioneers in that field. But yeah, guys, I think it's just about what we're trying to do with Bootin' About as well is trying to be a bit more ourselves, a bit less filtered, get out to local games. You know, Bootin' About is really literally booting about. We're just out and about, just fucking around. It'll involve random shit. But I think what's really catching on is sort of visiting clubs and especially Gavin's little commentary series.
Yeah, and if you are with us right now and you are not liked and subscribed, please do so. But what activities would you like to see us individuals do as a collective?
Just random shit.
Like, and I'm talking non-football related, like paintball. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments, please.
You know what I actually love to watch? This is how random you want it, yeah? I'd love to see the four of you go to a butcher shop and butcher something together and just like see you guys lose your mind.
See?
Butcher something. What do you mean?
Like
As
cut
in
up
actually
cows.
cut up the cow or whatever. But
that's
with a butcher.
crazy content.
I'm fine
bro.
with that.
See?
I'm fine with
See?
that. I love raw meat. Pause.
Hey, yo.
Pause.
Yep.
Wait a second. You want us to sacrifice an animal?
No, not a living one.
All right, this is not Churches League.
Yeah, not a living one. He means I go into a butcher and be like, all right, boys, cut off a fucking rump steak.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. What's your butcher's order?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
exactly.
I'm gonna take a kilo of that.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
take.
Can I get a
Exactly.
kilo of the lemon and herb garlic schnitzels?
Best thing about a butcher shop, you can put on any accent.
And they'll believe you.
Yeah, and you'll be
Yep.
right, mate. Yeah, can I just get fucking 4 of those? Yeah.
Yep. What are they going to say? Oh,
Hey, mate. Yeah, sure. You want them cut up, or you're take them out.
That's a good one, Noor.
I want more mints.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right. Is State 4 North the most competitive league in the state league? I got no idea.
Specific questions. So funny.
Teams are paying players $500 to $800 a game. That's just fucking insane.
I don't know. I reckon they'd be similar both ways.
Jerome, keen to get your thoughts. I would have said pre-COVID that the Northwest had a lot more techie ballers than the Southeast. Southeast ballers would just be better athletes. However, seems like the Southeast now has gotten better. Don't think that's because there is now money in the Southeast teams. To be honest, bro, I don't know too much, like I said, about North and West football, but the Southeast is bigger. And I feel like if a place is bigger, there's a bigger catchment area. Because the Southeast, bro, you could say Hawthorn's the Southeast, and you could fucking say Pakenham is the Southeast. Like, it's fucking huge, right? So I think the catchment area is bigger. I grew up here, so I'm going to be biased, but I feel like a lot of the talents have come from the Southeast.
I got a theory. I reckon the Northwest side have more techie, more football. The best player is always in the Southeast, though.
Well, yeah, okay then. Fair point, Jakey.
There's no data to back that up.
Yeah, this is all just...
Who cares about the facts?
Yeah, this is all a lie.
But I feel like the Northwest, there is quality, man.
To be fair, this is going to be me stereotyping, but the black and brown ballers are usually your techie vibes. Am I wrong? Actually,
I don't think you're right on that.
yeah, maybe not.
I think. Okay.
I think
there's a specific black and brown and have to be skinny are the techie ballers.
Yeah, okay.
Nah, bro.
You don't reckon?
They're the ones.
You
I
reckon
want
that's
on the
P
wings.
and P?
Bro, the Croatian boy number 6 is well,
Croatian-
it's not
Croatian-
losing the ball, bro.
A different type of techie.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Different type
I'm
of techie.
talking more
Skills,
flair.
Neymar.
Yeah.
I'm talking flair.
Yeah, flair and skill.
But
yeah,
like
okay.
a technician.
Croatian number 6 is gonna
Technician, I'm
kick
going
out
to
the game.
Europe, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
You are going to Europe.
Not
Yeah.
a question.
But I will say though that South Sudan win everything. In terms of the All Nation Cups,
Yeah.
in terms of the AFCON,
Yeah.
they win
I
everything.
mean, well-
They smoke Greece.
Yeah.
Put them in a blender. I think the final was South Sudan versus Ethiopia, wasn't it? For All Nations.
Maybe. I would bet on Eritrea. Eritrea tends to have the better
They're
team.
fucking crazy as well.
Yeah.
So maybe, but then again, a lot of them are from the other side, and I don't know.
Like
But
the West has ballers. I think the West. Ooh, I don't know. Southeast does have.
Bro, I
Southeast
mean,
got
it's a crazy,
balls,
it's a crazy question. How are we actually going to know that?
I
bro?
don't know. Yeah,
Like
I'm the wrong
I am
guy.
watching Northwest ballers juggle the ball and South, and you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
I'm the wrong guy, but I'm always going to go to bat for the Southeast.
100%.
but also, like, who really cares, man? They live 30 minutes from each other.
Yeah.
The fuck is
We're
going
a
on?
talented city.
Bro,
That's
like,
all, honestly,
it's over a bridge, bro. It's the same shit. Fucking
tribal wars.
come on, man.
Thoughts on politicians doing the rounds now at suburban football for election campaigns? Are our governing bodies doing enough to try to capitalise on this, or should politics be kept out of grassroots football? I definitely don't think they should be kept out. We need help. But what I am seeing is a slight rise in certain facilities and certain clubs getting government funding. Now, that could be bullshit, but I've seen my childhood club just get 1.8 mil or something. You see what happens at Croydon. They're building the new Victory facility. The stadium that's apparently being built out in Melbourne City. I know these aren't grassroots, but I'm starting to see like I spoke to another club and they said their council is talking about building another pavilion for them. So, look, again, I am the wrong guy to talk about anything political because I don't give a fuck about politics. And I know that sounds weird, but in terms of Australian, who to vote, they're all clowns to me. I'm going to vote for who gives the most money to football, but I don't fucking know. So I think any money for grassroots football is good. And I don't care if they're posturing or whatever. If they're given money, then I don't care. Come and take your fucking photos at the local ground. I don't care.
I hear it.
Just give
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
because you've got it. What else we got here?
Are you not uncomfortable wearing a t-shirt backwards yet? Or-
Oh, that's choking the fuck
you
out of
look
me.
really uncomfortable.
Do you want the opportunity to change
No.
it back?
Okay. Got to stick fat with Mudryk.
Yep.
How come any Insta baddie that comes up in my suggested is followed by Jerogba? Now,
Oi, facts though. Facts. Are you a baddie follower?
hold on.
Oh,
Let me break this one down for you.
okay.
First of all, brother, you have immaculate taste. Now,
That's how you spin a narrative.
Yeah, bro.
Now, I don't discriminise. I do have a preference / type, which can be seen in the suggested. So that's fine.
What is your preference?
Oh, do I have to say
Nah,
it?
keep it a secret. Keep it a secret.
All right. Okay.
That's brand protection.
Yeah, brand protection.
Yeah.
Everyone knows, though. All you got to do is
Yeah,
just
that's
see
why
what
I
I'm following. But yeah, man. The thing with me is, man, I'm going to keep it real. If I see a good looking girl on Instagram, I'm going to follow. Not every one of them, but I don't give a fuck.
You're just
Everyone puts
using-
too much. Everyone puts too much in, like, oh, you follow too much. Man, you know what I want to see? Football, beautiful women, and shit about music. That's why I use social
You're
media.
just using the app to its full potential.
That's all it is.
Well, that's exactly right.
You know, I'll tell them they're gorgeous and then never speak to them again. I just want to let them know they're gorgeous.
All right. Well,
It's funny when he's matching with Buddha's sisters on Hinge.
Yeah, and the only
and then
reason,
running into him and they're like, "Bruh, that's bad."
yeah, and the
Like,
only
what?
reason they're matching with me is to tell me that they know who I am and then unmatch. Like
What about, I still never get over the fact
tall?
that, well, yeah, they're too tall, bro.
I hope she's having a horrible day.
You're too tall.
Yeah, I'm too tall. What?
That's-
okay, then.
that's-
It's the only thing I have going for me, you fuckwit. But yeah, I follow the baddies, man. What do you want me to do about it? Like, shit, I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I appreciate beauty at the end of the day. But I don't know how to answer that, bro. I guess you just have good taste.
That's a call out and a half, by the way.
Is it?
Well, there's a bit of research gone into that. Well, they've held on to that for some months.
My following has gone up significantly because of the skits and stuff. But it's all fucking middle-aged wog men.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's cool, but tell your sister and your auntie to follow me.
Yeah. Well, that's who you're impersonating.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come and see me impersonate your dad or something. Or your husband. I won't read that one. When are you boys coming out to a White Eagles game? Soon. I like the Dunav. Jerome, come play churches. Well, we just did the segment on why I can't, brother.
That's a whole.
Can you boys announce what games you're going to each week so the Buddhas can join you?
Yeah, that's gangster.
Yeah.
You're more likely to have to take that responsibility because you go to the most. Like now, Gav and I are playing.
Look,
so we're technically at a game.
I'll give you guys a heads up. If it's a Saturday, 80% I'll be at Sandy. So get on game day and look at where Sandy's playing. If Jake's playing, I'm there. But a Friday night, you could catch me at like Casey Comets, Adrena, White Eagles.
You taking requests right now, bro?
I am taking requests. If they're not playing when Sandy are, then I can probably come down. And if it's not a 3-hour drive,
contact Suited and Booted
contact
or Jerome.
us. Yes, if you're
just a cheeky
food,
feed.
That's all. Just
that's
one
all
person,
it is, bro.
One person. You don't need to feed my friends.
Yep.
Where else would I be on a Friday night? Checking out some local. I mean, if we're talking NPL, you're probably going to see me at Thunder the most. Or, yeah, shout out Kev, Gav's dad.
Gav's the only person in the world that would post his dad and can caption it NPL slut.
Yeah. Gav's dad's got every club merch in the league.
I love it. Sorry.
Where else would I be? Yeah, I like Thunder. I like Dandy City. Anywhere in the southeast, man. If you're playing there, I might come out and suss what you guys got going on. You know what I mean? All right, a few more. How far away are Gav and Jake from their first game? Keen to come watch them, but don't want to rock up if they're not playing. Well, guess what?
Bro, if you want to... look, I've only played 30 minutes, but I'm playing this week. But I would come to Sandy this week because Cohen Cove Sandwich is going to be there.
Yep.
The really good sandwich with steak, frites...
chimichurri and cultured butter.
It's going to be just there for you to mangiare next to Jarogba.
Yep.
And watch the claret and blue of Sandy go to war.
And they're playing Hampton Park, which are a tough team, and they like to get stuck in. So get down. But, Jakey, this is very top secret, what I'm about to say. Now, I'm not going to reveal all or else I will be killed.
Oh.
There are rumours flying around of Sandy signing.
Oh, that's bad.
A massive player.
I don't know if it will happen.
I don't know if it'll happen either. But if it does happen, then...
it could break the whole...
internet.
It could break the internet.
Yeah. It'll break the internet.
And this player, potentially, if does play, is... just wants to play. Like...
he just wants to play.
just wants to play.
It could break the internet and his opponent's leg.
Yeah.
Could be both.
Yeah.
Guys,
I don't know if it'll happen, though.
I don't know if it'll happen either, but I want it to happen so bad because if this happens, then State 3 will be the league to watch.
Yeah.
Because that's all we're going to say.
I'm telling you, man. Agent Jake, bro.
Agent Jake is on a mission. He's also a fair agent.
Yeah, I'll transfer. Yeah, I don't take any cuts.
Yeah.
There's no cuts to take at State 3.
Imagine if that happens, bro. DM us if you think you know who it is. That's all I'm giving you.
But Sandy, Gav's 3 weeks off? I'm this week. Gav's 3 weeks.
Gav's about 3-4, yeah. Jake's coming back this week for a bit part appearance.
Yep.
And yeah, Gav's down at Melbourne, so get down there. Why isn't Rash playing? Surely he could have gone to Sandy with Jake or Melbourne with Gav.
That's a Rashid question
to
to
ask
a-
Rashid.
Yeah, when he's here.
I don't think he'll play though.
He doesn't. I don't think he'll play either.
Jerome, if you got fit, what level do you think you could play at realistically?
State 2, State 1 for sure.
Fuck no. God, you think highly of me.
Yeah.
You're that bad, are you?
I'm not bad. I'm just. What is fit though? Like, is fit like
Run out a
a
game.
machine, or is fit like just being able to run out a game?
Well, like, let's just go machine because that's you at your best.
Oh, machine.
yeah.
State. If I was a machine, State 3.
Bro, what?
Yeah, I got to be honest.
That's your machine?
Fitness wise, yeah, fitness wise.
You think that's your height? Surely not, bro. Surely that's a safe.
Maybe okay.
Hey, man, I got visibility. Like, it ain't that great.
Maybe okay. This is far fetched.
I feel like you're forgetting that you're an ex-pro.
Like,
in the way you're
you got
measuring
feet,
things.
man.
No,
Like,
no. He's saying in terms of fitness, he could run out 90 minutes.
Oh,
at his
right.
peak.
Oh, yeah, bro. Fitness me, State 3 too, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm being confident,
Yeah, but let's give me, like,
State 2 then.
yeah, I reckon you could,
But
but
that's because State 1 you got fucking international players.
dude, I would love to see you come off the bench at Melbourne.
Hey, to be fair, I might have bagged some of the chances Melbourne had on the weekend. I
you
was
would
what?
like have baggy shorts,
Yeah.
minimal running,
triple
and
XL
just
jersey.
nice feet.
Yeah, triple XL jersey.
Yeah. You'd be great for the change room. Someone should sign you just for the change room.
Well, I don't know if I am, Jake. I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah, you say that, but it'd be funny.
I'd be funny,
It'd be
but like,
funny,
yeah,
bro.
I don't know if I'm the greatest motivator.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of people don't like me.
Get it off your chest.
Counselling.
Let's go State. Let's be realistic and I'd bag over 10 in State 3 if I was fully fit. But right now, probably couldn't even start for a State 5 team.
Yeah, but Golden City.
But Golden City, well, Metro's better than State League. So Golden City might have something on their hands here.
Let's give that some thought, man. Come on.
I've commonly been a Resies player and love playing in the Resies, but this year the senior coach wants me with him. But I know my game time will be limited. Do I push myself and try to get a starting spot or tell the coach I just want to play Resies? Ooh.
Well, that's a you question.
Depends what level you're playing at, and depends if you want to continue to play higher, then obviously you're going to take any senior football you can. But if you genuinely just enjoy playing Resies and enjoy the level, then tell the coach to go get far.
I feel like you've answered your own question. If you don't, you wouldn't have Resies in your mind if you didn't want to just stay and play Resies. All you think about is like, I'll take 5 minutes senior football.
When the A-League announces a new club besides attendance concerns, do you worry about the quality of those players being good enough? Because in AFL, when a new team gets announced, the quality of the players is a major worry. Well, we're seeing with Auckland that a new team doesn't necessarily mean bad quality.
And the AFL, in 5 years after that new team, they're the best team in the competition.
Yeah.
They just float some draft picks.
This is funny, but also nice. Jerome, why are you so hard on yourself? Pause. You're always talking yourself down, but you're a legend. Look at what you're doing with the pod. You're killing it. Need to start looking at yourself more positively.
You guys don't know him.
Yeah, he's not that.
Sack of shit.
No, but he is right. I am the self-deprecator god.
Me and you, we're up there together.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, you enjoy it.
I think it's funny.
It's great.
It's fun.
That's why I like being around you.
Yeah.
I don't think you do it and then go back and sit in your bedroom and go,
Look, there are some times where I doubt myself. Like, it happens a lot.
doubt is human.
Yes, doubt is human. But regardless, man, thanks for the message. I really appreciate it. It was really nice. Thank you. But yeah, I find it funny. Most of the times I find it funny. Like, I love shitting on myself because if it makes people laugh, then
You know what else it is?
it's fun.
When you shit on yourself, it's now less hurtful when you shit on other people.
Yeah, that's why I don't get people at fives. Like, what?
Because it's like, I'm mean to me too.
Yeah,
you think
it's Me Too movement.
You think I can't take a joke? Oh,
Yeah.
Goodness.
Yeah.
You've lost me.
No. Yeah, like, fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jerome, I know what type of man you are. last pod, you were laughing at that jackknife comment. Now, I Googled this. Jackknife is an OnlyFans model.
Really?
A guy. But, bro, when I laughed...
A guy?
Yeah.
That's a guy?
But when I laughed at Noor saying it, I wasn't... I don't know who the fuck that is.
Wait, what's jackknife?
Remember last week when you were like, tell Jackknife to shut up? The comment on YouTube, but his name was Jack Knight.
Oh.
And you said Jackknife, and I laughed because it was like, you said Jackknife.
I didn't even know about jackknife.
Yeah, but now apparently he's like a big fucker.
Who's this freaky guy that
Did you
knows
know that?
this?
No, I didn't know that. Because he goes, Jerome, I know what type of man you are. I'm not on that.
Oh.
I got other people on OnlyFans. Not him.
Damn, stand your ground on that, boy. That's that.
Yeah, last pod you were laughing at the Jack. I Googled who Jackknife was today, bro. I'm not on that type of time. I'm straight. I'm straight as hell. Hey, did I tell you about the time one of the most beautiful girls in Australia called me gay?
No. Who's that?
I'm not going to say who it is, but I may have replied to one of her stories saying, wow. And she goes, thanks. Are you gay? And I said the gayest thing. I said, I'm straight as hell. And she goes, that's something a gay guy would say. And I'm like, I'm not gay. I'm straight. Then I started to think,
how is that from wow? Why is she questioning your sexuality?
well, I said a bit more than wow, didn't I?
All right, okay, leave some pieces out of the puzzle.
I feel like he said, wow, that purse is gorgeous.
Well, take away purse, and it's pretty much...
Oh, dress.
I said, I say to girls, you're absolutely gorgeous. Now, apparently people think that's gay.
I can see that a little bit.
It's in the gay lingo.
Because it's not like...
Yeah.
It's not, lad vocab.
It's not like G-O-D, you're fine.
Yeah.
Like...
Baddie.
Yeah, baddie. Like, I'm 29. Like, I'm not going to say hashtag need dap, mum's soul.
That's
Like, I'm 29.
Yeah, that's a her problem.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Shout out her, I guess. A few more. What are we at, Noor? Like 210 or something?
215.
215, all right.
Very nice.
What do we got here? Guys, why do you always talk shit about refs? If you were a ref in state 2 or lower, if you were a ref or state 2 or lower, would you fix games or do your job for $75? What?
What's wrong with it,
Did
bro?
did that person just answer its own question? If you're posing are you implying refs fix games?
Then there would be a reason why.
Then there's a reason why we talk shit about it.
Well, that's exactly right. And also, I think every single ref in the world is bad because I'm a football fan. But there are some refs that do a good job.
It's a thankless job, man.
And it's a thankless job.
And it can change games. That's why we talk about it. It's not like it's not personal attack on referees.
Yeah,
We can't play the game without them.
Yeah.
And some of them are too chicken, too lamb.
Well,
Wow.
Noor said it.
Wow. Sending off.
Send off, Noor. You wouldn't play in churches. Hey, lads, just found your pod a few months ago. Fucking hell, been missing out on some good shit. Love the banter between everyone. Just wish you boys were in Sydney. You got to come up for an A-League game or an NPL clash. We're due a Sydney
What
trip.
is the best NPL clash for us to go to in Sydney?
Yeah. We need a bit of chaos.
Where is that game? What's like the South Melbourne Preston of Sydney?
Yeah.
Let us know, man.
Yeah.
And we have been to Sydney. Twice.
Yep. A-League, we went to the derby. It was amazing. But I do think we need to do some Sydney NPL action. And maybe we can do a tour of where Gavin lived for 3 months.
Wow. Yeah. And if you're a Buddha, you know where that is.
If you're a real Buddha, an old school OG Buddha, you know that story.
Yeah.
What age did you know you were going to turn pro or head towards that elite level, Jake? You can be real. Because you're going to say 14.
You never know, man.
Yeah.
But 14.
yeah, I thought it would be 14. That's fine. If you start in the NPL at 14, you probably think you're going to play.
Right, yeah. I don't know.
Metro League is the best and arguably most pure version of football. Fellas all age drinking beers before, during and after, taking the piss out of each other and being great mates. Discuss. I don't think there's much to discuss, man. I agree. I think in terms of like wholesome local football, Metros is the best because it's people that want to play the game that are probably shit, but they don't care because they just want to have fun with their mates and get pissed and have a ciggy and just have a laugh and a bit of the escape from the 9-to-5 grind. So I love metros. Nothing else to say.
Yeah, you are. You stand on that.
Australian Championship is basically just East Coast teams. Well, bro, you got to think, right? I don't know who built Australia.
Sterling in WA is not beating Avondale, bro.
I don't know.
These are like borderline professional clubs over here, man.
Bro,
in
why
Victoria.
isn't there a major city anywhere else in WA?
Probably just population's too small.
Yeah, but like...
Landmass is
Unreal.
But even when they were like, building these cities, quote unquote, like why is it just Perth and Fremantle? Why can't you go like 5 hours up and there's something at like mid WA before you hit like Broome? Like why isn't there a city there?
Let me make some calls. I'll find out.
Who are you going to call?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought you knew
like
the
Kalgoorlie,
Yeah.
Broome.
Yeah, Broome's like, okay. But like,
It's mining.
a
It's
lot of it would
mining,
be-
bro.
Yeah,
It's fucking.
uninhabitable.
It's
on the
fucking.
coast.
Only the coast is habitable.
It's digging down vibes, bro.
200 meters in third. I think found gold.
Yeah, but on that whole coast, you have one major city. Whereas
Yeah.
like on the east, you have like 5.
So is this? So there's what they're trying to say is like what no one from the south, north, or west can qualify
I think they're trying to say, well,
because then that's not national.
you got to look at the quality as well, bro. Like
Well,
a
that's
Darwin
why-
NPL team is probably state 2 level.
Yeah, and the atmosphere around the game as well. Like you have 3 or 4 clubs from Victoria. Yes, we may be biased, but you throw Sydney in there, even a few teams from South Australia and Queensland, they're going to get decent crowds, bro.
Yeah, like
WA probably could get big crowds, but I like 3 or 4 teams. I don't know if they could do
way.
that.
I'm all for Perth having one team or WA having one team, but you just got to think of population, bro. You got to think of where the game actually has eyes on it. I'm sure WA has a great footballing culture, but you've got one major city.
Bro, they produce a lot of talent. So, yeah, but it probably will be heavily tilted to start because the momentum of the competition is definitely on the East Coast.
Jerome, what is your pre-game meal before State 5 games? Bro, I never played State 5.
What would it be? Would you
A
have
Red
any
Bull?
Would you have any athlete hat on?
Fuck no.
Okay, good.
A Red Bull, banana bread from the servo,
Banana bread or a muffin?
bread. That's probably it.
How long is this before? That's it. That's it.
Maybe an hour and a half before the game.
What's post-match feed?
Post-match feed is if I win, junk food to reward myself. If I lose, junk food to make me feel happy. Probably a KFC.
Yeah.
How are people actually hating on the episode with Ian? It was such a nice change of pace. The people hating low-key headed the ball too much growing up. Yeah, look, I think
The hate's getting funny, bro.
it is funny. We received a funny meme from Blinky Bill or whatever his name is. Shout out him. But that's his actual...
Bro, it's just like, man, I grew up with Ian, bro. If you knew how good he was as a coach and like how many players
So
he
you just need to put
produced,
respect on it.
Oh, I just feel I don't like that association. But at the same time, when I'm hearing these memes and
Funny's
stuff,
funny.
yeah. But as I think you guys said it last week, it's like our most important podcast ever,
Yeah, like it's
saving people's lives,
saving people's lives.
Yeah, which is not important, obviously.
A handful more. Which team do you have a personal rivalry grudge with and why?
Personal.
I'm gonna do it not based on Chelsea because that's not personal per se. But in terms of like local, man, when I was younger, I fucking hated Brandon Park. But then I ended up playing for them in Metros. And I know a lot of people there. But when I was younger, I hated Brandon Park. I fucking hated Sherbrooke Rangers, which Ryan Scott was playing for at the time. They were our big rivals. Who else locally? Personal rivalry grudge with?
Honestly, I don't think I have one. Personal, what I would say is
Hold on.
Gold Coast.
Hold on.
Fucking wasted a year of my life up
Hold
there,
on.
didn't I?
What did you do at Richmond?
Yeah,
But that's mended.
South Melbourne.
It's mended.
Yeah, I love them. But we parted ways because I didn't see eye to eye with the gaffer, and I scored a double against him and just ran over to him.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
But that was more him.
Celebrating against your old club.
Yeah, bro, I ran to him.
If Rash was sitting there right now, he'd say, I don't know whether football is serious enough to have a personal grudge.
Yeah, it's all right, man. Let's just say, listen to him say that. He was on the most yellow cards before halfway through the season at Victory at the age of 20.
I can't see Rash having a personal grudge against...
He doesn't take it seriously, bro. He was sliding it everywhere, man.
This is true. I'm trying to think any other local teams. Well,
Boxhill Monash. Boxhill
Monash. Croydon.
Yeah. I didn't like Preston as a kid because they were all big and they tried to hurt you.
Yeah.
Yeah. They literally did. The coach would come out and say, these guys are going to kick you today.
Pretty much any club that charges for state league football is on my list.
Personal
three-quarters of the league.
Yeah, probably that.
He's discovering those teams as well because he doesn't know.
Wellington Phoenix.
Oh, that's up next. Bro, shout out
I
next.
love every other A-League team. I got love.
No, can I be
shout
real?
out Bulls,
That
shout out
thing
Western,
stink.
shout out City.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Whatever.
Yeah.
All right. Literally probably two more. I always hear academies taking kids players overseas to play tournaments and feel pressure to do it. Is it really necessary and are we missing out or is it just hard after paying everything here like fees? Go 2 episodes back, brother. Listen to Rashid's breakdown on that. If New Zealand were to join the AFC, would they qualify? No is the answer.
I don't think they're better than...
I'd like to see it, though, before I rule it out.
They're not better than...
But they did go to a World Cup and were undefeated in the group.
Shane Smelts.
Yeah, but also no wins. Undefeated may sound like you won.
They drew every game. Yeah.
Impressive. They had Italy in their group.
I don't know. They got Chris Wood. They got some spicy talent. But...
I don't think they're better than...
I would think it's within their interest to stay in Oceania.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, you just guaranteed to go.
LeBron's stat pad.
Yeah, look.
You know?
I'd rather go to every World Cup than fight for it.
Yeah, Vanuatu are probably as good as Japan.
Yeah.
I'm currently playing VP...
Drive-by Mitch Cooper's nation.
Shout out Mitch Cooper. I fucking love Mitch Cooper. This is my bias shit, where someone shows love and I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm currently playing VPL 2 under 23s. I'm not getting much game time. I trialled elsewhere, same level, but they offered me a spot which wouldn't give me game time. Should I stay and keep fighting or pursue overseas through an agency that I would have to pay? Or I don't know about having to pay an agency to get you overseas.
Don't do that, bro.
Do not do that.
Do not do that.
Do not do that.
Scam.
Yeah, do not do that.
Hey, man. We don't know what we're going to give you
Yeah, but you
or
gotta
we're going
pay
to get
us.
you, but just give us this money first.
You got to pay us to think about it.
Do not do that, bro. That's not how agents work. They get you a club first. Then you get signed. Then they take a cut.
You heard it here first. I have no idea. Last question. Thoughts on Western Sydney 8-game unbeaten run? In cap locks. WSWR back, baby. Fuck Victory. Fucking those East Sydney dogs. I have a feeling I know who that is. But yeah, well done, Wanderers, I guess.
Man.
It's good for the league.
Will they charge home?
Will
This
they
is the
charge
question.
home?
This is the beauty of the A-League construct, the Australian construct, as Jerome said. Could be anyone's.
I feel like I have to... What am I saying? I'm a Victory fan. I want Victory to win the league.
Or your colours of...
My colours have been a bit,
that
shady.
colour doesn't change, but I'm starting to learn your other ones do. Give me your top 3 teams in the A-League that you genuinely have some investment in now because you got some love coming from different places.
I'd say it's the personal relationships,
Yeah.
which they're not really relationships. They probably just said hi to me.
Or the odd DM.
But
You're
like
funny.
Western Sydney players show love. I mean, Western United players show love. They like our shit. They comment on our shit. Walter Scott likes all my fucking shit. He's at MacArthur Bulls. What am I saying? Noah Bodic, Jordan Loughton, Reece, Bozza, John Aloisi gave us a pod. Like, of course I'm going to be.
They actually gave you pork belly.
They gave me pork
and
belly
coleslaw
and coleslaw.
Yeah.
They gave Gav a sign. Like, Western United have been great to us.
Yeah.
Like, even when we did the unseen challenge that no one will ever see. With,
Oh my God.
With Roos.
I told someone about that recently. I go, we didn't release that.
Yeah.
Why? It's like, well, for your sake.
Yeah, Ben Garuccio. And for my sake as well, to be fair. Yeah. I had a fucking howler. But yeah, most of their like donks.
Yeah, good
Like,
guy. Good guys, man.
Great fucking.
Good bloke FC.
They've just got great people there. Like,
They win, bro.
and they win.
Correlates, huh?
And the only player that's ever done a suited and booted celebration is from Western United.
When will
Baller.
they take me to the box?
I can take you to some box.
When will you take me to your box?
No, ask Gav. He's the fucking ambassador.
What do you want? You want to go?
You just want a box seat.
You want the chairman experience?
Now I need to be sitting there with the president.
You want the chairman experience? Man, we can
Probably do that.
do that.
Probably do that.
That's what we did
I need
4 weeks ago.
MacArthur, Arief Piol came on. Happy for him. They gave us some good access at the Australia Cup. We spoke to a few players on the pitch. A few players said they fuck with the pod. I love Walter Scott. Brats.
Yeah.
It's these are the Newcastle Jets, the fan base I fuck with because they're just loyal to the soil.
Yeah, Newcastle was cool, bro.
Newcastle.
I would if we have any Auckland. I don't know if we're in that market, but if anyone from Auckland's listening, we
Yeah.
would love to work with your club.
Yeah, man, get us down.
I've reached out, but I don't know.
To be fair, met a few of the Sydney FC players. They were cool, but Wanderers, Sydney, Victory.
So Jerome supports the whole league.
No, I'm saying they haven't really reached out or
Oh yeah. I mean, just not their job.
Victory hasn't really.
no.
Victory we're cool with though. Victory just had a lot of change this year, man. It's been hard to
Lock
find the
down
right
somebody.
time, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking shout out Yaya Dukali at Adelaide.
Balling.
Yep. Yeah. Most teams I haven't really had a Perth, although tags.
You love tags.
I love tags, man. Fucking
tags.
I fucking love tags.
Yeah.
Haven't really had much to do with the Mariners.
I had a great chat with Trent Sainsbury on the weekend.
Well, Big Trent.
Yeah, Trent Sainsbury, let's just call it as it is, man. He's going to be a future guest. Loves the
Fucking man,
show.
Hopefully, bro. That's a guy right there.
He's a man. We spoke to
Champions
him.
League player.
I spoke to him, man. We were speaking about playing centre back. He goes, man. I had a discussion with him, man. I hope he doesn't mind me sharing, but we were just talking about how difficult it was for him to get a game in the A-League when he came in, which was a year before me. And he goes, man, he played 9 games in his first season, all because of injuries or suspension. And he was emphasizing that obviously the opportunities now are much greener for people to come in and have the chances to play because the quality was stacked in a lot of teams.
Yep.
Think of when he was at Central Coast Pro. It's like Zwansvik,
What a player.
Wilkinson. You had a really strong back four. Then you had all these players in front of him. So he was the young cadet coming through. And I was like, man, you're saying this and you played for Inter Milan. Damn. So.
Won an Asian Cup.
Yep, great
Played
player.
Champions
Soccer legend, bro.
PSV. Inter. Great career.
Bro, if you play for Inter Milan as a centre back, that's like being an attacker and playing for Real Madrid.
Yeah, fuck, it is too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Shout out Trent. I love Trent. But yeah, the A-League clubs, I want to do work with all the A-League clubs until the Wellington fans
I hope we
apologise.
do, man. I hope we will. I fuck with Wellington, bro.
I will eventually.
We would love to work with them all. It'd be interesting to know what club, what people would want from us with which club. Or which club they would like us to do some stuff with. Because we have to branch outside of Victoria.
Look, guys, and this is sort of like an ending statement. You guys always hit us and say, guys, get around Queensland football, get around WA. We want to, man. We want to. But I don't want to speak too much on it if I'm not out there actually watching games or getting amongst it. So when the time is right and when the funds are right, because it's probably going to be self-funded, we'll try get out there and maybe do a weekend in each state and, go watch some A-League, go watch some NPL, talk to some people,
Do some pods.
do some pods. That's what we'll try to do for you guys, so we can get like a broad. Because we do, yes, we are very Victorian based, but we do want to, cover all of Australia if we can.
It's fucking difficult to cover the NPL in every state, bro.
Oh, it's fucking. There's so many clubs.
Like, we can do the A-League, we do international, but like that's because it's on TV.
Guys, that'll do us. Suited and booted. Subscribe. 5 stars on Spotify. Follow Bootin' About. Patreon coming soon. Co & Co this Thursday.
Oh my God, chimichurri steak, bro.
Wagyu.
Cultured butter.
Cultured butter. Not even Wagyu. We're off Wagyu. That's
Wagyu.
Yeah.
Wagyu.
Wagyu's so 2018.
Wagyu.
We don't give a fuck about that shit. This is A6 Wagyu. Yeah, straight from Argentina.
Yeah.
What else do I have? That's all, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye.
Lovely.